Okay, everybody, what would you do Wednesdays? Starting in just a minute, we got Harrison on the mic, joined by Blake. How is it going?
Going great. First time on commentary, so
Always,
this will be exciting.
always fun. Yep, you got some exciting games lined up for you too. We got the janky A1 5-player group, which for this first game looks like Tucker is going to be sitting out of. It'll just be Max, Aaron, Steve, and Claire. That'll be super fun. And then later we got some either B3B or B3A. We got some end of B3 games, which will be super exciting because again, this is kind of their finals week for people who aren't in playoffs. And then we're gonna end the night with some A2 featuring some people you've seen before. You know their name, all that. But we're going to get started with A1. And Claire has a bit of a kicker here. We got double sixes, double sevens, looking at some E Peiko, maybe even wiggle towards Sanshoku. Already has the meld and Sozu complete.
Yeah.
Pinzu and Manzu not too far behind either.
That's four pairs. We all know how much you love Cheetoy.
Okay, come on. A hand like this, you're just delegating it to be Cheatoy off the bat. It's just sacking all its value. No one wants to play this hand like that. You're a dealer, and you got to slow it down. Ain't no way. We'll probably just see it Pinfu.
Yeah,
And luckily for Claire, across the board, no one's hand looks too quick. It looks like
yeah.
Steve's shaping up kind of well.
This is
Ishanten at the moment, but
Joro being Hatsu. First one just drawn by across the way from Steve.
yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see what Steve does too. If Steve somehow gets 3-so in that hand too, and he doesn't even have to break or doesn't even have to commit to the six pieces pair, I wouldn't be surprised if Steve Tonki's on it.
Yeah,
Just takes the odds of does somebody already have it or is somebody later going to draw it and get their hand bricked by the fact that they can't drop it.
that's already Ishan 10. Not a great way, but there's some value to be had if you actually do go for the Tonki and the Dora.
Yeah, it'll help out. Ooh, that's an interesting draw too.
Possible
Now they
into.
can get the pension.
Okay, cuts the
Doesn't want
Dora
it.
there.
Oh my
Already
god. Is
once
Steve
cut,
part of the
so
Sanso cult? Is that what's going on? Yeah, but if you're gonna Tonki, once cut Dora is like your bread and butter. It's like the best
that is
time to
true.
wait on Dora. Ooh, we got Aaron shaping up a little bit too.
Each.
Another Ishanten on the left, and Ricci on the dealer, waiting for 6 mon, 7 mon.
Chi.
Looks like 3 in the wall left.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Double seven, double six. Although I can't imagine that they're going to get dropped. I mean, best
Yeah.
case scenario here is Claire drops a nine herself. Then maybe someone, if it's like their Tenpai push, might be willing to drop a six mon. But I think against this board, it's going to be a hard sell. I think Claire's just looking to scare everybody back,
Yeah.
especially now that Dora's dead and the risk is much lower.
Mm,
Everybody kind of washing around. Steve's out of the hand. Doesn't
yeah.
want any part of this. Looks like Max is thinking just about the same.
Yeah.
Although still a bit more Mawashi. Aaron's gonna
Okay,
push
Tenpai on
though.
the left, but no Yaku.
Yeah, I would need to drop the 1 mon for a 4 mon. Not great, especially because 1 mon's not proven against the dealer yet.
Yeah.
Could try
The 147
Senzo.
2G looks really dangerous.
Yeah, 147 on Sozu looks really bad. And we just see the 2 Suji cut out, which I think is a
Yeah.
pretty decent Mawashi. You can Chi 4-so, still get to Tenpai if you really want to check the 7. Uh, have some options around, although with that 1-so you might be done.
Mhm.
Ooh, double 1 mon is that? Nope, still not quite Tenpai. Although Max looks like if they draw 2-so or get the Chi on it, they will be able to drop 2P to get Tenpai on the 7 mon.
Three.
Importantly, no one's drawn any of the
Sumo.
winners. Yeah.
Oh,
And then
Sumo.
the
Yeah, there
second
we
you
go.
mentioned, I took a look around. I was like, wait a second. I still only see 5 of these winning tiles. This is supposed to be 8. Where'd the other 3 go? So Claire pretty happy with that sumo. Doesn't hit Ura or anything, but you know, just taking the weight,
Retains
gets the reach
dealership.
sumo. Yeah,
1,000 all.
not a bad deal at all as dealer. That's kind of all you're really gearing to do. Ooh, and another really awkward honor Dora. I mean, if Claire draws into a pair of these, it's gonna be a bullet. I mean, anybody is gonna have a loaded gun if they can draw the pair, but hands
Yeah,
are also
still
looking really quick around the table.
probably won't even see one at all before Rishi happens.
Everyone's getting really close. Really interestingly, Max kept 4 so and didn't like double 1 so there. I would have expected almost like a 4-9 kind of folded out with that 1 so try and, you know, build into
Yeah,
Sanonko a little bit better.
probably didn't like the 3 pairs in the hand.
Yeah, but I mean, also, why keep the 6Ps over the 1 so's if you're gonna have the pair? I guess the
Yeet!
idea
Oh,
is
that's
that you
10
can
pi
draw
for Rishi
around it
pin
more.
through Tanya on the left.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's pretty good. Not gonna be able to shift towards the Sanshoku, but when you get to 3 like that, you're gonna take it.
Yeah.
Aaron taking the aggression on the board. And Aaron kept passing on the 3 pin too. Definitely Aaron, like, is always a value player, so you saw the double 3 come out. Very scary, especially with that Kanchan. But Aaron decided to hold strong and then was rewarded and gets the closed hand
Yeet!
reach.
10
Ton more
pi
value
chase.
there.
Waiting on 5 so. Only 1 out on the board.
Yeah, only one player's drawn so far. Max doesn't see any. Max loves those reaches. He goes,
Mhm.
"There, look at the stats. It's just good to do." I personally hate
Oh,
them. I'm not a big fan at all. I think it's
mhm.
just too risky, and like if you get the Pinfu or something, your weight just improves exponentially. Also, notably, if Max keeps the one so's here, then he has a Shabo of one mon one so, which looks amazing.
Would've had to dealt that 4 so into the across the way, though.
Not if you got rid of it like way before.
That is true, like, when around the time when you said you should.
When the yeah, with that Sumagiri'd one so in front, that's when Max had the chance, and the four so was super safe by then. Or actually, I guess it was only safe for like another turn, but still, it would have cleared. Everyone going around. Claire is going to drop Dora now that one's been proven against both reaches.
Mhm.
He's backing out. There's so many 5 so that are still to hit the
Oh,
board.
that's it?
Oh, yep. Man, that's commentator's curse tonight. Anytime we start talking about how many are in the wall for something, someone immediately draws one, throws it out,
At
or
least it's
just hits
just
on the Subo.
1,300.
Yeah, it's not
Ah,
too bad at all. It's very cheap. If you're Aaron, you want the value there super bad because your hand's worth so much and you had the better weight, but just paying 1,300 in a reach stick isn't the worst end of the world there, especially when it's not to Claire. So it's not like Claire's jumping out more and gets another dealer chance. Max's high pie looking pretty good here too. Has the double
yeah.
conchons they're gonna have to fill around. Little bit clumsy, but has a lot of outs with it. Although might end up feeding Steve this Yaku high. I don't quite know if Steve is gonna end up taking because yeah, Steve's hand's pretty far
Yeah.
away, and I know Steve opts to play pretty passively on tables or pretty safely. He's always gonna opt to play the more defensive route for a hand, from what I've seen.
Across the way, the hand doesn't look too great either. Ryoncon, 2 Ryoncons, Ryeonmen, and a couple of floaters.
Yeah, Aaron's hand looks bad. I mean, honestly, the only other good
I mean,
hand on the board is Claire's from what I'm seeing. Claire
yeah,
has E2 almost guaranteed on the 3 mon, or the 3 so, has the 6-9
yeah.
Ranmen the weight afterwards. Yeah, and with that 6 so throw too, doesn't even want to try to like do a Tanya wiggle or anything. Just
Yeah.
gonna keep the 1 so, looks pretty safe. Although if Max does get the reach, fills in the Ryoncons, could be a different story. Claire might not want to throw that 1 so. Because Sozu was looking pretty bad to Max. Ooh, would that have 7 mon pair have done anything? Nah, not really.
Nah.
Not too much going on. Oh, Steve got
Oh,
Tenpai.
that's Senpai, yeah.
Debating on the weight whether they want 3P or they want the Shabo. I fully agree with the 3P here. Normally, I like to take
Mhm.
the Shabos because obviously, if you can win on two different tiles, especially if there's the same number you can see, you'll always take multiple tiles instead of one. But this way, Steve can draw like 5p, drop the 2p, and then accept Dora, or
Or,
even just
find
wiggle.
Sanshoku. Oh,
Yeah,
that's 10-5, winning on 4 mon.
yeah. Max
Nakasuji
is gonna
trap,
have the
but
Nakasuji. It's so late though. I
yeah.
can't imagine anybody's gonna kind of play into that. I think
質問
everybody's worried.
Oh,
Oh, Max read the
Ippa
wall though.
Sumo.
Read the plan. Epod Sumo with the Dora. No Ura, but doesn't need it. Just a
Yeah.
Mongon to boot. Max looking like the first one to pull away. Oh, do it.
Oh, that
Nah,
this
it's
hand.
so far. It's so far. Yeah, Max isn't gonna get the after that disgusting Epod Sumo. Now Max is in timeout. Has
Yeah,
to take the first 5 turns, just dealing out honors. But God, luckily for Max, nobody else is
yeah.
really able to avoid it either. Steve's got to do the same thing. Aaron looks like he's gonna commit to just playing maybe an Itsu with the Yakuhai pair,
本
maybe incorporating Dora as well. Could even move towards Honitsu, but only a madman would drop
本
888, even though the value increase is
Yeah.
really nice. Player's hand isn't too bad either. A little bit clumsy with the Manzu shape and the Kanchan and the Sozu, but you
Not
draw a
too
fill-in or
bad.
two. Yeah, you draw a fill-in or two, or if you just pair up the 5 like that, and then you can kind of commit to Chitoy. Claire doesn't want it though. Claire just wants to play normal.
Max's
Very
hand has
interesting.
been filling, like, every important piece so far, though, in these 5 turns.
Wow, yeah, apparently in timeout, Max decided to just draw everything right. Oh my god, and
Extended
9-1
Novaton.
waiting on the Itsu. Yeah, extended
Possible
Obaton
issue.
with that's so gross. And has the Dora.
8
Pairs up the Dora. This could be really disgusting. Max could call open too. Might run into some
Yeah,
furry 10 problems, and with double one so out, it's
本
definitely a bit risky, but oh yeah, now we're not calling for E2. There's no
yeah.
way. Problem with Max's hand now too, being that East is not droppable. You see 2 Yaku eyes on the board. You see Aaron with double calls, and I'd imagine Max is going to be watching for Sumogiris.
Mhm.
So, in 2 or 3 more draw discards from Aaron,
質問
Max is going
Oh,
to know
just
something's up.
do
But
those.
Aaron, yep, just draw those. Aaron's going, let's not play around. Let's not, try and dilly dally, wait on someone
Mhm.
else to drop it. I'll just draw it myself. Let's get this over with. I'm locking in the Dora. We're going to the next hand.
本
Steve's already starting with the double tone pair. Not bad, but a lot of just Ryun cons
Yeah, all
otherwise.
those drawn cons are so clumsy. And I mean, like, when you have one or even maybe 2 round cons in your hands away, if you don't have any other overflow, it's not that bad. But like, Steve just needs a whole other shape. Like, Steve is
Yeah,
one shape down if those are all round cons. 9 sub pair is going to help a little bit, but now you're forced to cut something. I'd imagine
probably
maybe
4
4p.
pin or 8 pin. Yeah.
Could even cut
I
that
mean,
8, so try to commit to the pair a bit more. I guess maybe setting up the early Suji trap on the 7 in case the hand goes that way. I don't hate that
mhm.
play at all. Oh,
Interesting
wow,
hand
and
across the
Claire,
player, yeah.
yeah, Claire looking at the dealer. Claire's just
It's
casual
not
Suanko
Ishan 10
senpai.
from Suanko there.
Yeah, we're looking for 4 Mons, 6 O's and greens. Hatsus are still buried in the wall. 4 Mons are not on the board at all, and 6
Yeah.
O's. Whoa, only one 6-0 in
It's yeah,
dealer
only one.
hand.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I
Oh,
guess
Steve might end up going Chitoid too
Cheeto.
with that draw
Yeah.
after the
Every
pair up.
other hand aside from Dealer and the West Wind looks pretty eh?
I
Actually, I
mean,
guess
no
there is
one's
something on
got
Max's side,
that.
but that's
Yeah,
about
no
it.
one's got
1
that much value. Is the nice part. Oh, and Steve is gonna reach on these 6-0.
6
That's
so
so
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I guess Steve trying to identify that he wants to slow down the board and understands the weight's not good, but wants to kind of push everybody back, have them
Yeah.
respect him.
Because you already see one call, someone's already discarding, like, somewhat dangerous tiles. Probably better to
Yeah,
just put a stop to whatever the hell they're doing.
yeah. The only problem with like a cheat toy reach like this is like, well, if you're gonna draw 5-7 immediately, wow, those are such great tiles.
Mhm.
For
Already
Steve.
10
See.
pie for
S-
the right.
Yeah, Aaron's ready on the sixes and eights too. Oh, that ease,
Might
that double
bail
pawn
out,
is
yeah.
scary. One so is safe too, so could even just slow the hand down, drop 3 of those. There's not a lot of value. It's only Yakuai Dora 1. Decent amount of food, but
Mhm. Ju
I mean, luckily for Steve, even though the weight's atrocious and there's probably not a chance they're getting it. I mean,
10 pie on
Claire,
the
yeah, Claire might just
yeah.
take this and
Eats.
reach on it. Yep, green in the 6. I mean, hey, got Claire to back out of the Yakuman. Not the
See.
worst thing in the world. Oh, and Max might. Okay, Max isn't gonna push yet.
Alright.
Actually, I wonder what Max is gonna do about that green. Red's checked on the board, but green is
Don't.
unchecked.
Ooh.
And the second I talk about it, Steve draws and plays into Claire. Misses E-pots.
Yeah, unfortunately, Steve wasn't gonna win that hand. You see the pair of the 6 so across the way, and then,
Aaron draws
Aaron
the fourth.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, and that green. I mean, it is the more expensive side, but also it's still only like I think it
It's
was
better than
39 or
Sumo, and then
53. Yeah,
yeah.
or it was 32. And I mean, you also again keep Claire from getting some like crazy toy or even Suanko slash Tananko.
Yeah.
Back Claire up a little bit. So not the worst thing in the
Boom.
world, but when you're Steve and you're already a bit behind, definitely not in love with paying those points, sacking your dealership.
Onto this hand, though. Aaron's hand,
Boom.
the shapes are there, but it's not that great. You got a Penchon, Conchon, and still wanting to find a pair with a bunch of floaters.
Yeah, I'd imagine
Uh,
Aaron's looking at Junchan or Sanshoku here.
yeah. Probably,
Maybe
definitely
even
a hedge move
both.
towards
See.
it. Already 3 calls on the table
Eats.
so far. Oh, reach.
No, and Steve immediately gets Tenpai too, trying to fight
Mhm.
back. Steve's
Running
Tenpai,
on 3-mon.
again, on the 3-mon, has the 9-6, so the 6 is a little bit more disguised.
Yeah.
So it is on the reach tile, but it's really early. Normally, I, I don't know how people play this, because normally I'm like, it's first row, odds are the 6 isn't trapping the weight, like
Yeah.
90% of the time. But some players are absolutely religious about reach tile traps. So I'm wondering if people are going to try to prove it, or if somebody is going to back off of 3-mon.
I
Although
mean, we already
everyone can
see
incorporate 3-mon right now.
yeah. And we only see, like, one of them in hand, so
Still 3 others. Aaron importantly backs out, sees all the
mhm.
open calls, and with the reach is like, I don't want any part of this. I've lost
Yeah.
dealership. This hand's too slow.
Still very far away, you don't see any of the Doras,
Yeah,
except for
you
the
have.
one I guess 2 there's 2, yeah.
Yeah, but like you have no value. You're against 2 opens and a
See.
reach. Like you're just waiting for one of the people who are open to deal in.
Yeah.
Ooh, if someone misreads too, could see a double run. Got Max waiting on 3-6 so. Or 3-6 Manzu.
Oh, that was wait.
Whoa!
Oh,
Wait a
no, that's
second.
Eric's hand.
Oh, Claire, yeah, on the 6-0. I forgot
Yeah.
what the call dropped it earlier to play defensive. I guess just keeping the sumo option open.
Mhm.
Not able to punish Steve, but then again, hand would have been completely different if she didn't drop that 6-0 to give the max earlier. And there's still a lot of 3-6s out. We still got 3-3-mons and then single 6-mon left in the wall. Claire's weight's not looking too good. And she is even going to fold out and doesn't like checking the
Yeah.
east.
There's the second 3.
Yeah, still 2 more. Aaron is definitely just full fold, full Gembutsu and safe options. Doesn't want any part. Ooh.
Sumo.
Really? Oh, it's Sumo. There we go.
Oh! Yep. Right after Max
Huge
tries to
Sumo,
check
come
the
on.
7.
No Ura, but
Yeah, Uro would have been huge there.
still puts you at a very close 4th. So,
Yeah, when you're only 5k away from second, you're not too upset. I mean, you're a little
yeah.
bit more, but you'll take that for sure.
Alright. Dealer starting with Pair of the South. It is South round now, so Can actually use it.
Yeah, Claire
Uh,
gets a call and go Yaka. I might even take
Boom.
this as a toy.
oh, there we go. Yeah, just call and go.
She does decide, yeah. Can go Autozuke on the south if you like draw
Mhm.
around the Monzu and want to keep it, or technically do have the toy backup. If things start going like really awry, you think you're Mochi Mochi with somebody.
Yeah,
Could even just
not
back up
correct.
to Tanya, drop the south.
Mhm. A lot of options
Yeah,
on the
very
left.
cheap but very flexible.
Yeah, on the left we have some mostly good shapes. It's like 3 Shanten. Yeah, 3
Yeah,
Shanten. Do we see a con?
I'd imagine it's a hard sell here.
Yeah.
Con.
Ooh, Claire just
Ooh,
opts to let it rip. Is rewarded with a Dora, but also finds out that one
Boom.
of those 7Ps is in the wall, and the 5-so is much more useless.
mhm.
So Claire finding out that her hand is going to struggle just a bit more. Although you draw the 6 or 9, then you just go Autozuke on the south, I'd imagine. We also see Aaron opening up on the left, just trying to complete this Tanya, rob everybody of points, take
Yeah.
the 1 Dora, and run.
Across the way, we also see 2 Shanten. Uh,
Yeah,
for
Round 10 on a pretty good
Yakai.
weight for Steve too. Or I guess it's kind of an awkward info too,
Yeah,
because yeah, you're towards the side
not
of the
really knowing
wall.
what to do. More like just a regular Shanpon.
Yeah,
Besides because the
Shabo
west
-1.
to
I
pitch
mean,
towards
Chi.
Pinfu. I don't hate it, but
I almost kind of like just tonking, taking the effective hell weight on the west
yeah,
here. Although you definitely want to play the Dora, but like it's getting late in the hand, and you need to get something creative
Chi.
in order to be able to win the hand, right? You
yeah.
have so much danger in the hand too that you gotta really try and just drop what's bad now if you want any part of it.
Sumo.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
that's
and
a
Claire just
sumo.
super ends
Yeah,
in the last house. There have been so many honors just buried in
yeah.
the wall today. There are not a lot that are coming out quick.
All right. This high pie pair of the cons.
Oh my
Dora,
god, Claire, ease up.
possible
Boom.
Pinshan or Chanta. Sorry.
Calm down, Claire. Let's ease up. You got that nasty South sumo. We don't need to have a starter like this. We don't need to have Chanta, triple Ranman, East pair to start off. We can slow down, you know. I get you want to catch up to Max like right now, but we can
On the
take our
left, it's
time, you
also
know.
on the left. It's also Ishan 10, but
Aaron's Ishan 10, Max on the right, I believe is Ishan 10.
or, yeah, on the
Kind
right is
of.
Ishan 10. Sorry,
I
not
mean, it's a
not great weights, but
bit
it's
uglier.
his.
You have a
Yeah.
lot of like upgrades too on Ranman. Even if you draw like 8P and you're able to take a Ranman out of it. Oh my god, and Claire just gets
Oh.
another like terminal pair option so she can cut one of the round men at
We'll possibly
will.
find upper Sunshoku here, the 789 too. But
Yeah, but then
it's a bit
I
of an
mean,
ask.
cutting 2-3 is kind of iffy though. I don't know about
Yeah.
that. Sanshoku would up the value though. Would give 3 Han
Chi.
with
Mhm.
assuming that Shanta is also something that
Boom.
we're getting.
Oh, calls here.
Claire trying to figure out which round man is least likely to get drops. Doesn't like
Mhm.
2-3. Definitely gonna keep that 7-8 in the
Yeah.
Manzu. Play the Dora. Steve across the way getting Ishan 10 on Chitoy now. Looking at 6, 7, and 9 so. 9 so never gonna get found. 6, 7 not looking great either. But nice part about Chitoy is you get tons of options to be flexible. Especially when you're on 5 looking for that 6th pair. Just
On the
need one and then
left.
choose whatever to win it.
On the left, we have Ishan 10 for Tanya Dora 2.
It's not
Kind
too
of
Each.
bad.
awkward on Sean's though.
Ooh, Max slams down on the reach, double checking the weight. Finds the 5-8 through it. Going to be a reach Pinfu Tanyao. No Dora, but always the chance for Ura.
Chi.
Who knows? I wouldn't be totally surprised. Well, actually, I think Claire conning anything now might be a little bit iffy. I was gonna say maybe the one's buried in the hand though. East is still technically live, so she could con that, but that's a free safe tile. And Aaron just draws it there, so. Ooh. Yeah, Claire's pushing.
Yeah.
Claire wants this hand bad. Only problem is nines are pretty tied up.
Ooh, that's not.
Boom.
That's yeah.
Yeah, Aaron pushes through and then plays right into max. We'll have to see. No error though, so not the worst. Just 39. Yeah, nobody
Simpleman
getting
Duncan.
big value outs besides Max on that singular hand. Everybody
Uh,
else just been scrapping with 2 or 3 on.
Max with the high pie. Once again, look at another Sanshoku.
Yeah, I mean, I hate these
It's
Sanchoku because like it's you want to
yeah.
go 6, 7, 8, but it's clumsy to do that. And then if you get the 9, then it's like, okay, what do I do with the 6 mon and how early do I want to commit to that? Especially if I need to like she it later after opening up on the others. But with
But
that
even
7
without
mon,
thinking about Sanshoku, these shapes aren't that bad actually.
no, it's not terrible. I mean, the around the Dora isn't the best, but also have time to upgrade it. Oh, and just drawing the
Yeah.
Epiko, that'll do it too. What else do we got going around the table? Steve, not looking too great, but has a couple fill-ins. You hit like 2 peen, draw
Mhm.
around that Sozu, you're looking pretty decent. Aaron's got nothing cooking right now. Aaron
Max
stow's
committing
off
to
for
like
Aaron this one.
Max committing to the upper shapes with that 5 pin discard. Opting to take that instead of the Rion.
I mean, I
The
like it. Yeah, you definitely
yeah.
want to play your nice Beyond Men. It keeps Sanshoku open, and you're definitely playing around Dora.
Oh, fills
So,
in the Dora.
yeah, now I'd imagine you're throwing 7-9. You have
Mhm.
distant hopes of a Tanya to add value, but pretty much you draw into anything here. You're taking your Reach Pin Foodora one. Noticeably, Claire has been kind of playing a weird Chitoi or Honitsu looking fake to the rest of the table.
Yeah.
Hasn't been
Did
able to call
started off
anything to buff it, but
did started with 4 pairs. On the
Sabine and
right is also
Chitoi. You get 4 pairs, you may never get that
Yeet.
5th. Oh my god, and then Claire gets the 6. And we're waiting on the just once cut white. Look at that.
mhm.
We're getting criminal weights. Although that
That's
is
also
Tenpai.
Tenpai on the right. Dama's
Steve
it.
wants the Dama. I guess looking for maybe a Pinfu
Yeah.
or something. Also doesn't want to play Claire because Steve's hand not exactly expensive at all.
No chi. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I think Steve just kind of wants to play passive. If he gets like the Pinfu upgrade, might even see just a Dama or can play Dora if drawn, and then maybe we might see a reach after that. Like Pindu looks so bad against Claire too. It's the problem with it. Steve gonna check double
Yeah.
A, figure out how to wiggle around later.
Dora doesn't want to drop it.
Boom.
Oh, that
Yeah,
yeah.
and checks the once cut white. That's the nice thing about that Chitoi weight.
Mhm.
It's safe before it's once cut. It's not Dora. If you get to wait on it, it's like okay, you got my points. As long as you don't hit Ura, then I'm not dealing in that much. Ends up working out really well for Claire.
Alright. Steve starts off with some really good shapes.
Oh, Steve's
This
already
is
Ishanten.
Ishanten for Tanya.
Wow,
Yeah.
Tanya Sanshoku chance too on 567. Wow. Oh, can even
Itsu.
opt towards Itsu too. That's interesting
Yeah.
actually. Do you take Itsu because it's more guaranteed, or you go for Tanya Sanshoku? I guess Sanshoku is more
Yeah.
potential.
On the
Because the
right or
E2,
on the
you're only getting E2, but Tanya,
yeah.
you get more options.
On the left you Oh
Oh, I was thinking,
chose
but
the
you
wrong
can't play
Yaku to commit
Dora.
to.
You can play Dora if you get on the E2. That's
Speaking
okay,
of
as long as
Dora,
Steve doesn't get
on the
punished. Yeah.
left.
Whoa, Max, what's going on? What are you cooking? We got 4 pairs, double Yaku highouts. Oh, wow, it doesn't even want to keep Chitoi open.
No.
I would think maybe you try like 9 so from that.
Yeah, and
Just because the pairs, like, once you have the 4. If you draw into the 5th,
Oh.
then all of a sudden you're looking good.
Uh,
Damn. And Steve gonna sit in Ishan L for his crimes against Zetsu, I'm sure, for the rest of this hand.
yeah.
Boom.
Ooh.
Beach.
Loaded gun. Oh, Steve firing back though. Looking at 4-7 Mon.
Mhm.
Might even look for I believe it's no, it's not Sakagiri. It's whatever the one where you purposely deal in is. Although against a dealer reach, that's a bit hard.
Sashikomi.
Sumo.
Sashikomi. Oh,
Ipatsu
Ipatsumo.
Sumo.
Nah, we'll just be villainous. It's not Sanshoku though. Just, Mongon without era.
Yeah.
Just Mongon without era sumo.
You know.
We're just casually back in the game, Oh, we'll start with the Anko, the Souths too. The little Dora as a cherry on top, and still Sanshoku outs on the 5-6. Jeez, Steve. Oh, what is going on with Aaron's hand? What? We got double 9, double 7, great Sozu shape, Yakuai to call too, fully committing to the Honitsu.
Doesn't even
That's
fully look
crazy.
like Konitsu yet either.
No, it has multiple suits well now that 14's out. I mean, it's still early, so no one's gonna
Yeah.
catch on just yet, but
Maybe
great,
in like
great
2-3
transition.
turns.
Oh wow, Steve is looking to chase though. Now the interesting
Yeah.
thing that's gonna happen with Steve is if you have those double Ranmans that don't fill out, will you decide to drop the South and commit to that as your pair? If you can't find like 1 or 3 peen. Or the red, especially now that it's once cut.
I mean,
I
now that
guess
it's once cut,
alternatively, you
you could
could
just go
Tonki on it,
Tonki.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not a terrible option.
And
Ooh,
that's
do
the
you
reach.
take it?
Beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the 4-7. 4 is once cut.
I was about to say Max on the left looks like he has some pretty strong Itsu chances, but probably just gonna bail here.
Slow
Boom.
down. Oh, and blue. Yeah,
Ooh,
Aaron.
yeah.
I mean, here's the thing, right? When you're in A1, there's 2 instances, or there's 2 things you play for. You are either I want to be top of the league, or I want to not demote. Those are the 2 feelings of A1 players, right?
Yeah.
And Aaron right now is plus 157. So very, very far away from the demotion line.
Mhm.
And like you're the only person under 30. You don't have a whole lot to lose right now. And if you get a
Yeah.
hand like that, all of a sudden you are skyrocketed back to first. So I think Aaron just says, okay, I'm either going to get my value now and have a chance at, upping my placement, or I'm just going to accept fourth anyway. And really, because I want to go for 4 first, I want to, challenge Kenyon. I need to double my score, so I might as
Boom.
well start shooting for the moon. Especially with the demotion line being at
Mhm.
like negative 130. It's so far away. Not too much risk going on there. Max is going to call the Yakuai too, try to cement that Dora. Keep it
Mhm.
nice and competitive for first place. Ramen to boot, not
Gee.
too bad. But does have that Pinzu Kanchan they have to fill in. Steve's hand, not filling out, is going to hard commit to a Chanta angle. Now decides to keep the 6 peen. Little bit scared of Max, and also just wants some good floaters maybe, improve the speed of the hand and the shape. I believe Aaron is E-Shanten with this,
Uh,
waiting on, I think, 7 or 8 for a Tonki on the 2, or for like, I
Dora.
think a 2-3 weight. Yeah, could also just draw around the Dora. That would be big as
Could
well.
also
Or
get
draw
an
the Dora
Intotsu
4-7.
weight if you pair something up.
Yes, on the 4-7.
Boom.
4-7
Yeah, that's
and
true. You
whatever.
draw like 2 mon, or you get 3 so.
Yeah.
We're gonna see Max find Tenpai, get those 4s pawned up. Looking at 6-9 mon. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Although
9
3
are
9s in
also good.
hand.
Yeah.
And there's still 1 in the wall. 1 9 in the wall, 1 6 in the wall. Not looking great for the board though, so I can't imagine anyone is going to
Mhm.
opt to not play it. Although Claire might just decide to drop the 9. Check it. Wants to keep Max from getting any sort of value. Still have a chance at first. Max still just sumo gearing, one after the other. Hunting for it. Steve definitely scared and backed off a little bit. Still technically hopes alive
Tonki
of
on the
getting
2 mon on
Tempai.
the right. No Yaku.
2-3 mon, in fact. I'm surprised that
Oh
wasn't a
yeah,
reach
yeah.
from Aaron. Looks kind of bad, or it looks kind of scary for the board, but
リーチ
10 pi for dealer.
2-3 is not too bad. Might see the chase here. No, Aaron doesn't want it. Very interesting. Guess
質問
not wanting to give away that is. Oh yeah, Epot Sumo
Epot
on the
Sumo.
Conchon by the Dora. Gross. You know what? I think I'm actually okay with this. Apparently, Steve's been
Yeah.
taking a beating, even though he is much higher up in the standings. Yeah, now all of a sudden this is a completely different game. It
Yeah.
is Steve's game, and everybody else is just going to try to fight amongst each other, get as much points as possible. Speaking of that, Claire, too, has an absolute kicker. Double Yaku Eyes on the Haku in the south. Good ramen to play in a completed meld. Can even maybe
Boom.
draw into one and have a Shabo on white north, but is going to opt to just take the 1,
Boom.
possibly 2k hand if a Jora is drawn. Already Tenpai. Aaron, not too much to play. He's going to need a 2-so to really speed the hand up. Start cooking with gas. Max with great shape, but again, when your opponent's Claire, she's so fast this hand. You are on borrowed time.
Takes a Shabo, winning on Haku 4 spin.
I almost kind of don't like that as much as 3-6 because I think like
Yeah.
the Haku is going to be a hard sell anyway right now.
Yeah.
So I would almost rather just take your Pinzu and go. And we immediately see Aaron cut the 6 peen after that 5. Although I guess Aaron willing to still check Yaku Eye on the board. Maybe that's what Claire's relying on. Ooh, and Epiko's found. All of a sudden, we're Ishan 10. Headless, but this could be the type of reach Aaron wants. Oh, wow, yeah.
Just
Dama
Dama
June
on the
shot on the
Dora.
9. Surprised you
Yeah.
don't just reach it just cause. It is the Dora, so it's scary,
That being
but...
said, on the left, there is the Anko of the Dora right there.
Oh, yeah, Max has got him
You're
smoking gun. Max is Hanemon Dama, not quite Tenpai yet. Or Aaron's Hanemon Dama, but with Max, with the Onko, I can't imagine Max ever drops a 9-mon in any situation, literally ever.
Ooh, that's... Will that come out?
Yeah, we might see Max keep it. Yep, Max
No.
just opting to get out of the hand. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Really want to stay above that 30k. And not only that, but also just be competitive for first. Even if you give Claire Ryukyoku points here, you got one more hand. You can win with something cheap and guarantee second in South 4. Although Steve's found Tenpai, Shabo on the 2-5 pin.
質問
And
Looks
that's a
gross.
sumo on the cross away.
Claire dropped in. So Aaron is
Claire
going to
just...
need a couple miracles to get up to anything meaningful,
Yeah.
but can also just try to get someone to dip below 30k. Only needs 3 Han in order to dunk Claire Max below the
Yeah,
line,
3 Han
save
direct
5
hit.
movement points. Yeah. Even a
All Claire
decent
needs for...
sumo would do it.
All Claire needs for second place is just any 1 Han hand.
Yeah, Claire and Max are going to be looking to just go super fast, super speedy. Although Steve might just be the closest one out. Steve's already
Yeah.
technically round Shanten, but like amazing weights. Has a 2-3 round men, has 7-8 round men, and then a round con. Always has head with those 5 mons, which will slow up the rest of the board too, most likely. Oh my god, Claire is so close with Tenpai there. Ishan 10 right now. None of the weights look good though.
Yeah.
Even the Sozu Shabo with the 6 1 so does not look the best. Could see the
That
reach
is a...
come out from here
Yeah.
just for pressure.
Just Dama.
Doesn't
Still
like it yet.
yeah,
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say you draw 4 7 and then you get to Dama
yeah.
Pinfu. I think that's the way to do it. Now Claire's debating, do I want to take the reach and pressure the board, or do I want to just try and catch someone off guard? Is gonna opt for the latter. Although 4-7 not looking too great. Only 1-7 left in the wall, 2 4s.
Mhm.
Steve's not gonna give it up. Could see it come out from Aaron though. Yep.
4
And
And
Aaron
that's it.
drops. Claire's gonna take it, get 5 points. Effective +6. With that, try and rise, get a little bit closer to being above promotion line. And Aaron with a very big hit to fourth. Again, not really
Yeah.
struggling right now. Everybody else not too upset with that. Steve inches closer to being not an worry, or Steve just a little bit further away from not being worrisome of demotion. Claire fighting back up, trying to climb out of the demotion line. And Max and Aaron just very comfortably in the positives. Yeah, Kenyon's been going on a tear this season. Insane.
Yeah.
306 points. Just absolutely getting 28 win rate in A1 with the
Jeez.
lowest
Yeah.
deal in percentage, highest win rate, lowest deal in, best EV by like almost 300 points.
Yeah. That's
Fairly high
so
participation
insane.
too. Yeah, Claire or Kenyon is having an absolute crazy season.
Like plus 20%.
Yeah, Kenyon
Yeah.
is absolutely slaughtering. Although we'll see. I mean, there's a curse for a reason. Kenyon didn't take the worst end of it last go around last year. I believe she won fall. No, she won summer,
Yeah.
I think.
Summer.
Yeah. She won summer and then didn't fall to the win the league and then immediately demote out of
Yeah.
A1 curse. Both her and no, it wasn't Minko and Loose. That's right, and Loose.
Yeah.
Which Loose looking pretty good to stay in, but I mean,
Yeah.
if you're gonna have 28.2% win and 8.8 dealing, you you gotta
Like.
think that there's some flow behind you. You gotta think that you're spending a lot.
Yeah.
In the Feng Shui bank, you are used up for next season. You're definitely gonna have to double think about how you want to
Yeah,
approach.
you're probably going to be one by the end of the year.
I mean, we'll see. Kenyon still is like super strong. Obviously made it to
That
the
is true.
championship, made a very good run, as did all the other players. And I mean, Kenyon's been pretty
Mhm.
good towards the top. I don't remember how she did in fall, but I want to say she was like pretty high up
Yeah, I think
to like second or
I
third.
yeah, yeah, that sounds right, 2nd or 3rd. Uh,
I think right now we're just waiting for
yeah,
second game. Yep, looks like they
yep,
just started. Obviously, with this being the 5-player A1 table,
mhm,
bit harder to kind of coordinate and get people in because every game, essentially, you play 5 games, and each
yeah,
game one player sits out. So not only do you have one more person to schedule with, but also the timing's awkward, and it's like, okay, I gotta, who's taking a break when, who wants to sit out now versus later, all that. Yeah, maybe what we'll do is we'll do a quick water break,
yeah.
give everybody just about like 3 minutes, 4 minutes till the next game starts. Everyone can hydrate up, and we'll be right back covering some more of this A1 shenanigans, A1 end of season brawl offs.
Yep, be right back.
We're back. Going back to this A1 table. Looks like Aaron is out for this game, and Tucker is going to be swapping in.
Yep.
Noticeably, Aaron is at the top, but Tucker is kind of battling off with Claire to get out of demotion range. Tucker and Claire both around that minus 150. So both of them are going to be very, very competitive to try to raise up, just stay in A1 after this.
Mhm.
Tucker, I think, was having a pretty tough season too. I think he's been climbing, or they've been climbing a little bit up. I want to say they were like kind of approaching minus 200, but have able to jump up a little bit, stay real competitive. But we'll get right into it. Claire, Sumo City on dealer one. Not the best high pie. Finally, a bit of a slow starter. She's going to be
Not too
taking a
bad
minute,
either.
get to it. I mean, you hit a good draw or something. You hit like 3, so you found the
Yeah.
con. You're feeling real good. But still going to have to trim just a bit. Ooh, Tucker almost has a guaranteed Itsu. Gonna get a little bit awkward looking for the head of the hand, and does have options to just play the double 14 and the
Mhm.
5-6-7 shape. We'll have to see how that plays out. Max, very interestingly, is going to keep a lot of those honors, I guess cut what's on the table.
Mhm.
Doesn't like the terminals, can't blame him too much. And Steve, not a whole lot going
Home.
on either. I would kind of like Steve to notice and adapt to the table not respecting like the reach and the close weights as much.
Mhm.
I think the way to play around that a little bit better is if you see your tables challenging you a lot of the time, like especially as dealer, when you reach or something, is to just kind of wait for better weights. It sucks because then your hand gets slower, and what if the better weight never comes? But um, I think it's the right approach when everybody's going to challenge you
Yeah.
end on end. Just incorporate more tiles into your winning hand. Then other than that, everybody's just can play in their own game. Claire's still very aggressive, love value. She's
Mhm.
been having good read fold outs, aggressive yet not unyielding. Max has been doing kind of the same thing, just playing back, playing safe, and then taking a big value when it comes. It'll be interesting to see how Tucker approaches the table. Tucker also could have an
Yeah.
option to go on Shinitsu here.
Yeah. Like just pawn.
Yeah, I mean, you got the 2 Dora, so if the Dora comes out, you
Yeah.
get to pawn on it, but you do
Each.
still have to drop that 4 or 5 Yanmen, and against a reach, you might just opt to take
Each.
Tenpai here. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shabo on 2-9, that's so dirty. If a 5 peen hits the table through something, you are in business. Looks like there's 1, 2 in the wall. Both other 9 piece still
Yeah.
waiting to be drawn.
So 3 versus 2 or 3 versus 1
3
actually.
versus 1, yeah. Both 9-sos in hand. Don't
Mhm.
really see the players throwing them out. And
And that's 3 versus 0.
yeah, Max has all the dangerous. All of a sudden, this is looking like Tucker's hand to win.
Mhm.
Yeah, Max is going to be fully backed out, I think. Oh,
Don't.
and Claire draws the
Oh,
Dora, the
yeah,
even worse side.
H43.
Don't even need
Oh,
the
Aura.
Mogdon to boot. Give me them reach sticks
Yeah.
back. Tucker is up one and oh my god, absolute kicker of a hand to start too. Actually, the shape's so awkward. You have the
Home.
pair at use, so you have a great like call to start off
Yeah.
your hand, pressure the board, but oh my god, the rest
After
of the hand
that,
is
yeah,
so
it's a
bad.
little.
Home.
Got nothing going on with your simples. You keep drawing all these honors that aren't paired up.
But rest of the table, aside from across the way, don't look too great either.
Yeah, I mean, Steve is looking pretty quick. And actually, Max doesn't look terrible as well. Max needs to hit like a big fill in with like a 6-mon or maybe fill around
But
those
there's the
beans.
6th
Oh,
one.
speak of the devil. Max is getting closer and closer. Shanten. Or
Mhm.
no, Ryan Shanten at
Yan
the moment.
Shanten.
But I mean, pretty good shapes to fill in. Can also decide
Chi.
to Shabo on like 1-mon 9 pin. Not bad at all. Tucker's gonna opt to take the Chi to just solidify, speed up the hand. Needs to draw
Yeah.
around either the Pinzu here or the Manzu. Solidify, hopefully around men. Just take your 2K and go. Or
I believe
29,
that's
I
10
believe.
pie across the way. Yeah, that's 10 pie. Winning on 4-7,
Nope,
right?
not
Oh, no,
quite
wait.
for Steve. Yep,
Misread.
drew the
Right.
fill in, trying to
Misread the
think of
Pinzu.
which one to drop. I'd imagine from Tucker here, we'll see a 5-mon drop probably.
Yeah, most likely 5-1.
Yeah, keep the perfect Ishan 10. Can pull in 2 options and
Each.
also allows you to play a terminal. Just as
On
that
the
happens, Max finds Tenpai is gonna reach on the double terminal Shabo, but Steve drops the danger
Nope.
Oh,
into
that's the
the
E-Pots!
sentiment. Drops into the E-Pots, not a lot of value though. And misses the Ura, so only 2,600.
Still, you can't be too happy about dealing in like that.
I mean, you hate to deal in, but
It's the
2,600
best.
off in each E-Pots. Richinomi with E-Pots, you are more than fine with paying in a
Yeah.
situation like that. Steve, I also think, didn't have any value to the hand, so not the worst ending in the world at all. Oh my god, and Max is drawing
Ooh, yeah.
perfect. Max might even greed. I would not be surprised if you fell in a bit better on the Sozu. Even though you already have an East out on the board, somebody else drops it. It's going to be
Yeah.
useless to them. You get to play it. You get to call North too, just to kind of throw people off. That'd be Mongon guaranteed for dealer. Call the East, get the Honitsu. Even just a pair of the Dora functions the same way.
Well, that's confirming the Honitsu.
I almost like throwing the West out there instead. Just because it's really
Yeah.
useless, and I kinda if I get that pair of threes,
Con?
Con.
it's so nice.
Yeah. Oh.
Ooh, and cons, and then immediately drops the Dora. I I don't know if I'm a fan of that, because the problem with this is, like, Max is almost never gonna play this hand close, and
Yeah.
he's still Ishan 10 with a pretty bad weight unless you get 7, so
Yeah.
it does kinda block the Sozu with the 6-0, so
Yeah. Now
7-0 is pretty weak, but
Tucker's 4-5 shape looking kind of significantly worse now. Uh, other than that though, let's look. It is
I mean,
Yishan 10.
everyone's getting really close. Yeah, Tucker on Ishan 10 has a Nobiton to fall on. Claire's dancing around, I believe, still around Shanten.
Yeah.
Ooh, Tucker's gonna have an option now too. Can go back a Shanten. Or no, still Ishanten.
Yeah.
As a
This
Nobiton
has to
can
go
play Ipa
headless.
go too. I almost kinda like just killing 4 or 5 there. Especially with the
Yeah.
6-0 out. Like you're just waiting on 3. I guess the idea is you can Tonki on the 4 or the 5. Worst comes
Yeah.
to worst, try to trap someone with it, but
I mean, that's not that big of a trap, right?
exactly.
I definitely don't mind headless though.
It's not too bad. Steve's gonna find Ishan 10 as well, but much, much clunsier. Going to be winning on Sanso, most likely.
Ooh,
Looking for
that's quite a
chilling
good
around that
punish actually.
Manzo.
Could have. Yeah, you could have reached. Tucker could have reached if he kept the. If he pitched the 4-5 there.
The 4-5 on the 2-3.
Yeah, 3-2, winning on a three-sided Sunman.
No, I think you were still headless though.
2, 3,
Yeah,
4.
you
Oh
still would have
shit,
been
yeah.
headless. Yeah. But
Chi.
I mean, you have
I can't
the
read
Tanya
shapes.
route's run a
Yeah.
little bit better, so it's I kind of like still just committing to dropping the
Home.
4-5.
Got a
MX
pun
is
there.
finally gonna get Tenpai, but only double
Mhm.
7 so left, and I think everybody is going to be able to read it from that.
Yeah.
Might not even get that last East out. Someone might just fold if they draw into it.
Chi.
Yep, Tucker's gonna open up commit. And is gonna opt for the Shabo 6-7. Doesn't like taking the risk of the 1 mon drawn or dropped for free 10. Can't say I blame them.
Unfortunately, they're all in the pond or on the hand,
Yeah, I mean,
right?
there's
Yeah. Yeah,
7
they're
in
all
the indicator there. It's not looking good. It's double one chance for both, but I mean, you have kind of upgrades, or I guess you don't really have any.
ooh,
I'd imagine Steve folds out on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Probably also gonna
Noticing that
kill.
there's some honey too.
Oh wait, no, that's Genbitsu.
Yeah. Oh, and we are going to find the changed weight.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, Steve did have an option to maybe try to push the 7 mon here. You find Tenpai and still play the Sozu. Doesn't want it though. Just opts to fold out, and everybody else in Tenpai. They're able to dodge around, maneuver, stay in, get some bonus points.
Once
It's looking like
again, max
Max.
specs with the double tone pair.
Yeah, another bullet loaded. We'll have to see if somebody drops a little bit earlier. Looking like Steve has a very loose east to start now.
Home.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but
either
Max
coming
could
out this
all
turn or
go.
next turn.
Makes sense. Max with decent options too to come out of it. Needs to hit the Con and then does have the men to play with the 7-8 if they want. But would go headless, although with the 4P definitely helps now.
Mhm.
Can also just pawn, wait on like 7P and then
7.
upgrade to your men if you get it. Or just have it come out right
Yeah,
away and now you're on 6-9.
Senpai.
Pretty obscured, yeah.
4 left in the wall.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Steve just keeps drawing them. Because I can't imagine Max hoping for a better weight than this.
Yeah, it seems like everyone else's hands are not that great in terms of value and speed, so
Home.
Yeah, Claire's gonna open up for just the quick Yakuai Dora one. Still Ishan 10, but other than Sanso, good weights around. Oh, and Steve's gonna
ooh.
draw it. Don't play Chitoy. Come on, let's get that Conchon out of there. Yeah, there we go. We got Ipeiko, Chance. We got our pair solidified. Steve sitting Ishan 10 could be a potentially very dangerous hand. Can even incorporate a Dora if drawn. Claire a little bit, or not scared over the north, just wants to play the safe tile. Doesn't see any situation where the 1 mon is going to be useful, especially with it dropped. Can't blame her at all.
Ooh.
Draws the 6, but looking for the Ryoncon.
It is, yeah.
Oh my goodness, and Max doesn't take the Sanshoku, would rather work towards the Dora if drawn. I don't know how I feel about that as being a mistake, because like, it's technically the same value, and I think this is one of those cases where you're not like married to the 1 Han. It doesn't get you that much, and I
Yeah.
think dropping the Dora is much, much scarier. Yeah, if you draw it like that, gets rewarded and is able to play the Dora, doesn't have to prove it on the board. Steve's still going to be sitting Ishan 10, and Claire, oh, that 4P was so bad. Would have switched to the Shaba, would have suboed. Oh no, this could be it for Claire. No, she is
Ooh.
going to dumb on the
Yeah.
5. Doesn't want the Shabo.
Well, can't
Sensing
really
something's off
reach
with
E on the
6-0.
open.
Yeah, can't reach, but got all dizzy. I'm looking at this board. It's just getting yellower and yellower.
Ooh, does it switch? Oh, I guess that would
Beats.
be
Two
for a
so
10.
two says free 10, and there's already a
Yeah.
couple on the board. I don't hit that. Oh, and Max is in. Just immediately checks 9P. No fear. Says I'm in. Let's roll. Tuck, you're gonna be waiting on 3-6 mon.
Mhm.
Actually, a terrible wait. 3 mon completely. No, 6 mon completely dead. 1 chance. 3.
Ooh, that deals in. Yeah.
Yep, and ends up dealing in the dealer.
58.
58. That was gonna hurt. All of a sudden, Tucker's big hand that they were able to get earlier just completely wiped. And oh, come on, Max. We don't need
Wow.
to. We don't need to
This time
start
it's
with
the
the
Dora.
dealer. Oh, and it's the Dora. Look at that. I would
Already,
say
like,
at least,
this is also Ishan 10.
yeah, at least Max is gonna have to commit to opening up and show people he has a Dora, but can just pair it up.
Yeah.
Gets 3 Mon, gets a Rondon with Dora pair loaded. Gets to brick everybody else's hand. Only other quick hand I'm seeing is Steve's at the moment. Oh, never mind. That's a lie. Tucker's almost got an E2 built up. Although
Even, like,
Steve is going to open up on the west, commit to Honitsu or Atazuke.
if you're Max, you could even, like, max greed this for, like, Chanta Sancho.
Shanta's a bit
That's a
much. I
little
can't see
far,
it getting
but
drawn. Yeah.
yeah.
You want to just
It's a
use
little bit
this?
far,
Boom.
but it is technically there.
Yeah, I think you're smacking reach too if you draw around the 4-7
Boom.
Sozu.
That's
Oh, but we're just going to draw that
yeah.
out. We're headless, but who cares? We got Mongon showing.
Mhm.
And if we find the last East, it'll upgrade to Hanemon.
Pinsa doesn't Pinsa looks really dangerous, unfortunately, too. Right. Or Sozu, sorry. Sozu looks really dangerous too,
Sozu,
right?
you don't care if you're
Yeah.
Max. You got the most value on the
Yeah.
board. You got all the Dora, your dealer. Everyone's paying 8 bricks to pay into you. Yeah,
So we
even
already
Steve's trying to think, okay, how do I work
yeah.
around this? All of a sudden, I got something to worry about to my left.
Ooh, one Montonki, I like that.
Ooh, switches to the Tonki. I mean, you have a lot of options out of that. I don't know how much I like that, though. Does give you better options to upgrade the Sozu,
Yeah.
but I guess
That is
maybe
for a 10,
feeling,
unfortunately.
yeah, that is
Can no
not the
longer
way
really
you want.
upgrade the Monzu, but you can still find a Nobaton on the Pinzu. Although it wouldn't be that great because 2
Yeah, you'd have all the
1 pin and
sixes. You
2
draw the
4
9.
pins to cut.
It'd be pretty bad. Oh, and
I'll put
wants to
a
change
9
to
pin
the
Tonki.
9. I guess that's fair. There's no other one
Yeah.
mons on the board, so it looks pretty bad. Steve keeping that west too, trying to get a safe tile out. Claire also Tempai on the 9P as well. Right under the nose, had the Ipeko to start, didn't want it, opted to play Chitoy. Gonna throw Tadashi in there on the 1-so. Try to get people a little bit more scared about what they're throwing if they're paying attention. Oh, are they gonna switch here? Formon doesn't look great. It's Naka, but something's up with Max. Although the 19 looks pretty bad too. Oh,
Pretty much
she's thinking
every
so
oh,
hard.
oh.
And does go for the Naka. Rewarded. Doesn't deal into Max. Huge
Boom.
point saved. Oh, and then
Oh.
switches the weight to the just cut 1-so it deals into Claire.
Ooh, Claire bailing the entire table out there.
Oh yeah, Claire keeping the game close. Max very, very close to just running away with it again. Wanted to make sure that wanted to try to get the other 1-so out if it was drawn. Feign safety, but yeah, it works out. Claire rewarded for the Chitoy push there. And Steve all of a sudden, not a terrible hand.
Yeah, looking
Doubt we're
for
gonna get any value. I think we're probably just gonna Tanya and call and go.
yeah.
Looks like Tucker across might be able to play like a Junchan. That hand, not too much else going on.
Yeah.
Claire with a very weird hands, but not really the
That actually
best.
helps a lot.
Yeah, the 9-pin will do it. I mean, you have double Dora to play, but dropping like
Boom.
8-8-9 just feels so bad.
Calls for 10 pie, no Yaku yet, but
I'd imagine those 8s are coming out. I'd imagine we're just greeting that you need to.
yeah.
Steve feeling a little bit weird here. Because something's up and wrong. Also just going to work towards that perfect Ishan. Take as many outs as possible.
Already Ishan 10.
Ishan 10 might end up on the 3-mon though. A little bit ugly. Honestly, wouldn't be that
Yeah.
surprised if we see a Dama. Oh, if you do the 4, you got to get it out now.
Yeah. If you're clear though, if it comes out on the 4,
Oh yeah, you pawn the 4 easy.
yeah.
I think Claire debating there whether to try to open up on the 8, sacrifice Shinizu, just play the Tanya door too.
Yeah.
Doesn't want it though, is gonna fully commit to the Shinizu, which will scare out
3 finds
everybody
10,
else.
5.
Yep, immediately draws into it, just waiting on the 3P, but does have Shabo upgrades on 1 pin or 2 pin. Although 2 pin's completely dead, so not the best Shabo anymore.
Uh, 3 is sufficient here, but oh
Oh.
Oh,
yeah.
he does play it. Thinks Claire's not ready yet, and that's gonna be
Uh,
huge. Yeah, Hanemon. I mean, could be worse. Claire could have had an Anko of the 7, and it could have been a Baimon.
just to buy one.
Just a casual Baimon Shinitsu. Steve looking to brave the table there. Does end up getting smacked on the back of the hand for it.
Mhm.
They're going, no, no, no. Gotta respect it.
I mean, I don't think she had any overflow at that point, right?
No. Claire did
Yeah,
not drop
so
any Pinzu. I hate those. Those are like some of my least favorite to drop into where you're like, okay, 99% of the time someone's gonna have at least one overflow tile showing before I need to be scared. I'm dealer, I gotta push, and then you drop and you get the Ron and just watch the honey pop up and you're like, gosh, dang it. Like, oh. Importantly, Max has double Yaku high pair too. Gonna be looking like another quick call and go, although Claire's got something to say about it. Very odd
Uh,
hand that doesn't actually
yeah,
look
it's
that
not
good.
that great.
Could
Maybe
potentially wiggle
small hedge
towards
towards the
E2.
2. Yeah.
E2 on the
Crossed
8,
away.
terrible.
Crossed
3 turns,
away, I think that's Ish on 10, right? Yeah.
3, 4, 5. Yeah, gonna be looking for 7 or 4 pin, and then you get the double Shabo or the double honor Shabo. Would
Mhm.
actually be huge. That would break so many people's hands and just make them unplayable if they don't drop green or red. I mean, honestly, for Max out, I think you just call one if it comes out.
Yeah.
Just looking to end this hand as quick as possible. Even have a route where you can call both of them and not really lose any efficiency.
Tucker looking for a Tanya type hand with a double. Oh wait, that's not Dora. Never mind.
It's able to block off the Dora. Could potentially wiggle the hand, so they went on it. Actually,
Reach
it's
for
temp.
Mentonpin.
Is it Tempo?
1、
Yeah, that's
It
Mentonpin.
is. Yeah, that's right. You dropped the 7. I was thinking there was one extra Pinzu.
1、
And
Is
then you
gonna
call
take the
that
3/6.
doesn't. Hmm,
Ooh, interesting. Doesn't wants to fold out just one. Max gonna commit
yeah,
to Otozuke on the reds, looking for the greens.
not really sure
Maybe.
if I like that too much. But I guess
I mean,
Tuna is
there's
one
already a
side,
red
so
out.
yeah,
ポン、
Take it
on
here. Got to
that,
prove the
yeah.
8. 8 sticks. Long Suji, not quite a meme. And now you get knock on the 5.
Hmm.
Steve is going to be tested here. Do you fold out and accept your 4th, or do you try to play the game? Rightly
1、
chooses to fold out and not play.
10-5
相撲、
for
Yeah,
oh
Claire going for K10,
Primo.
but doesn't matter. Yep, gonna
Yeah,
take the sumo. Max shutting everybody down, cementing his first place. Now Tucker, or now Claire, stranded without another dealer turn, gonna need to speed things up. Find some sort of good value or hope Max gets caught. Blindsided pays into a hand that will bring him closer,
mhm,
especially with the dealership left. Tucker opting to kill the West Dora immediately. Something you'll see a lot when you have a dealer hand like this. Just want a
yeah.
quick Tanyao out of it. See if there's anybody you need to avoid right away and just help
Great
kill off
Phil.
Dora so no one else plays it. Hey, we're still
Uh,
Ishan 10. Don't worry.
mhm.
We got some time. We are looking pretty good though.
On the right, the shapes don't look that great. A lot of loose
Yeah.
honors, a lot of loose simple tiles in general.
Yeah, I wouldn't
Crossed
be
away.
surprised if Max just starts bailing out too. Just
Yeah.
starts throwing some dangerous stuff now and then keeps all the safe stuff for later.
Across the way, looking at Cheatoy there with 5 pairs.
Yeah,
Uh,
that seems right. Ooh, we could see our friend Ryan too looking at it again. You draw like 8 so, a 6 mon. Oh, what
there's
about
an
our friend,
Anko.
our good old friend Sue?
2 Anko.
Yeah, Suanko, Sananko. Either way you look at it, not too
each,
Yeah.
bad. Could also just find Tenpai on like 8-5
That's
so.
10 pi.
Tucker is gonna find it. Looking at the
Yeah.
Reach Pinfu.
Ooh.
Not quite. Epot Sumo. Gave us a little bit of a scare there. 2 5s, still 4 in the wall. Not too bad. Claire's gonna hold him up.
Ooh,
Max can't
that's a
really play
short.
him. Oh, Steve, we need some catch up. Oh, yeah, it
Uh,
doesn't want it. It is super dangerous. I'd be super interested to see what that tile is.
yeah.
So if that's the Tenpai tile and you get the challenge reach, you're looking pretty good.
Mhm.
Get like 5-8 so. You can fill in around that
Mm,
Pinzu, or you brave the 6 pin. Get to wait on 5-8, 8 being safe to the dealer.
I guess Claire's just out of this hand, more or less, with those
Oh
drops.
yeah, I think you're bailing out if you're Clary. No value. It's dealer reach.
Mhm.
Your best case scenario here is to keep hold dealer to like 3k max if nobody else is in Tenpai at end of hand.
Ooh, that might deal in from, Steve.
Yeah, 2-5 is unchecked. Could still opt to Chitoy and is
Cause
going to do
yeah.
just so. 7 was already clear. That is the nice part about it. You get that backup if you draw something
Mhm.
unsafe. And I mean, or I guess you can't really play a normal hand
That's
after
10 pi
this.
on the left.
Claire does get it, has to prove 6p, but then you're waiting on 3-6
each,
so. Is gonna opt to and is rewarded.
Has
No
Suji
run
is
on the
best fake
6p.
Suji. Ooh,
Oh,
it
jump,
immediately
and then
deals in on
immediately
her
draws the
epots.
danger. Yeah. But luckily not too expensive, just 2,900. Giving up an extra reach stick too doesn't feel too good for Claire, but not the worst thing in the world. You're still feeling
Yeah.
pretty competitive for the moment.
pump,
Although Steve is
You get one
definitely gonna
across
have
the way.
something to say about that. Yeah. Got the Norse to call too. You start drawing
Mhm.
around it. You drop like the Manzu, draw a bunch of Sozu or Pinzu. You can start thinking about a Honitsu.
Yeah.
Try to pull a Mangan. You can play the South easy. There's also no South on the board yet. Nope.
Well, there's
There
our
we
first one.
go. Claire gets it. Claire's playing that for sure. That's never leaving her hand.
On the left, we have 2, 3 Shantan?
pump,
2? Yeah. I think that's 2.
Yeah, Brown
Just
Shantan.
needs to just needs to pair
Headless,
something
but
up.
yeah. And all of a sudden,
Oh,
Steve
there it
gets
is.
Senpai on the 8 Mon. Just looking to catch somebody off guard, get some points for the hands. Can potentially also lead to like a Tonki option on the south if drawn. Not the best, but not the worst. Players playing efficiently. Definitely worried about that south now that Steve has opened up twice and has guaranteed Yaku.
each,
Oh, and Max is gonna
Ooh.
find Tenpai. Great fill-in on the Kanshan. Now all of a
Yeah.
sudden we're looking 1-4p.
Unfortunately, there's only so few left in the wall.
I mean, you got 2 1ps and a 4p. That's not terrible.
Yeah. That might
Yeah,
come
and
off.
Steve's hand is bricked. No, I'd imagine you throw 9 first.
Okay.
Or just, yeah, double or single 3. Try to Mawashi with it.
Mhm.
You see no Pinzu on this board. Pinzu look very expensive.
Pushes it anyways. The 8 pin.
Yeah, Tucker, I think Tucker just trying to get some points for it. Goes, it's now or never. I need to still try to climb out of demotion. Definitely very risky pushing, but if I don't do something now as dealer, I'm never gonna have time to do
Ooh.
anything.
That on the
I
other
mean, could push
hand.
to 8. You have 9 mon for free.
jump,
Ah,
Uh,
no! I was thinking you keep that. You can play it as like a Shabo or an Ento too. Oh, or a hit too.
uh,
That'll be an extra 1900, please and thank you. And Max starting to run away with this again. Tucker and Claire are going to be fighting side by side to try to secure a second.
Mhm.
Climb points, even just a little bit of positive will do great for them.
Not too great of a hand for Max here, but
Yeah, not the best. Gonna be just shaping that out for a minute. Steve has
oh
got double honor pair. Oh,
yeah,
already at
double
5 actually. Ishan's in
yeah,
on the Shitoi. Worth nothing though, so would not surprise me if we start looking towards like maybe a toy if we draw a triplet or even a Honitsu in a
yeah.
Bizarro world. Although Honitsu looking really, really bad with those shapes. I'd imagine Toy is a bit more likely, or trying to play like
Mhm.
Sononko if the draws fizzle out right. Oh, and Claire is Tempai with that.
リーチ
Debating on what
Wow.
she wants to take, is just going to slam the double one chance. Looking for 8 and South. South just recently once cut. I'd imagine if any player draws it, is going to just immediately smack it down. 8mon going to be a bit tougher, especially with only one left and pretty much every player being able to play it besides Steve, but never know.
Yeah, that
And
just passed.
Claire also, she waits 2 turns. She gets to drop the 7, waiting on 9 South. A much, much more appeasing reach, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
But, I mean, either way, looks like the table is backing out just little bit by little bit.
which is more or less what you want, right? Just K10
Yeah.
payments.
Yeah, get the K10 payments. Your hand's
That
not really worth anything. Get
Mhm.
everybody to back off. Nobody else to win. Set yourself for a decent option in South 4 to pull second. Although, hold on. Tucker might have something to say.
Yeah.
Could even take that pawn, really commit to the Tanya. Doesn't like it. Still too many scary tiles in hand that have to be checked before we find Tempai.
Checks the 5 pin.
Yeah, I think Max is part of the with a reach that early, you just kind of ignore it mindset. Especially with 258 still super live.
Yeah.
Works out for a lot of players. I personally don't like it, but especially with Dora cleared now, Max is probably not that threatened. Claire ends up dropping it, shows everybody it's safe. Tucker wants to throw one out, doesn't fit into the hand well.
Ooh, that
Oh,
South might come out.
Steve sensed the danger. Reach was right after the first one was dropped, but South is pretty unchecked past that.
Doesn't drop
Oh,
it. Ooh.
does wait. Yeah, maybe we'll be looking at it later. Maybe
Mhm.
if Steve does get Chitoi Tenpai. Has enough safe tiles right now where they might just want to back out. No door in the hand or anything either, so not a whole lot of reason to push. And Tucker is going to find that last 8mon, so now
Mhm.
Claire's weight is completely in hand. Although nobody else, even Tenpai yet. Max is Ishan with very good weights. May just also call for K10. If Tucker drops, Tucker too scared to check some of these really important tiles, so Tucker will probably back out. Steve still needing that
Mhm.
6 spare. Yeah, Tucker's completely backed out.
Yeah.
Max still on the edge. Really wants to find
Ugh.
that Tenpai. I mean, White's fine there. You're super safe
Yeah.
with White. And you're playing Chitoi no matter what. Oh, wow. And Max doesn't find it. Not in Tenpai at the end. That'll do it.
Yep.
Claire gets 1K for everybody. Advances the
Mhm.
game in the South 4. I'd imagine that's best case scenario.
Yeah. Unless you flip Aura on a run.
Well, yeah, but 8 South, especially
Yeah.
when South goes to a player like Steve, who's going to play super duper defensively. That's just probably not coming out. And getting 3K from that, you're probably not getting too much more. You're expecting about 2K anyway.
Yeah.
You're a little bit worried leaving a reach stick on the table gives Tucker a little bit easier of a time, especially with the Homba to pass you on just any 2K hand, but
Mhm.
not too much you can do about that.
Currently, Steve's hand doesn't look too bad, but it's not too great either.
Yeah, you get the call and go on the greens, but not too much after that. You get a lot of
Yeah.
ground mins, but you need to
Home.
really hit probably one or two of them before you're feeling real cozy.
Mhm.
Is gonna opt to just call and go. Needs a lot of
Yeah.
points to catch up, so
Might as well just
just
go for the repeats.
no, yeah. It's gonna need multiple repeats anyway.
That's
Why not
10
just
pi
start now?
left for max.
Is Tempai on the 2? Doesn't like it yet.
Mhm.
Not really any upgrades is the only problem.
I could find the 4 pin.
Yeah, 4-pin would help actually. That's a good point. You get the 3-sided. That would be
Yeah.
very, very nice. I was kind of thinking about it and exercising the idea of it there. Doesn't get 2-pin
Each.
after. Oh, when Claire's thinking about the weight. Or that's Tucker, excuse me. Tucker's thinking about it.
Yeah.
Opts to take 6-pin instead
Just
of
a
4
Tonki.
mon. Yep, just taking the Tonki, but I mean, slows up everybody else's hand at
Yeah.
least. Ooh, if the 6-pin was Damad. Oh, yeah, there was a Sanshoku option, but not quite found.
Mhm.
Chi.
Throw the
Ooh.
6-pin on the Dama, get to like 2, 3, 4. You can throw a 9. Yeah, I could have upgraded
Chi.
right away. That's gonna hurt, especially with 3-mon just coming out. Although if you throw 6-9, no one's probably playing that 3-mon afterwards.
10 pi?
Yep, clarifying
Oh, no.
Senpai, just a 3-mon, or 3-pin.
3 pin, but no Yaku. Or wait, Sunshoku. Or
No, no
Sunshoku?
Yaka.
No, not
Nothing.
even Sunshoku. No. Oh!
It's nothing though. Can't
Yeah.
sumo
Just
on
take the
it.
furry 10.
Yeah, take the furry 10. If you get 5p, then you're golden, or if someone drops 2 or 7p,
Yeah.
then you're also safe. I'd imagine you're probably just throwing 3-so back in the water. Is gonna do just that. Brave it against Tucker. Claire realizing that she really needs to challenge Tucker on this reach here. Although unbeknownst to her, the reach is terrible weight. Speaking of, that is the last 6 out of the,
Chi.
and it looks like it is going to
That's
sit
Don't.
snug.
not.
And that's his hand until they give Steve, and then Steve throws the deal in.
uh,
It on just the Tonki. That is
just
nothing but
enough.
pain.
Just enough for Tucker to overtake, unfortunately.
2 Han's enough. Reaching the door, it'll put you
Yeah.
there. Reach stick on the center of the board, you're fine. Tucker gets ton of points with that. +9. It is going to pass Claire on the standings. Claire can't be too upset though, with still positive points, pushing her further and further away from the demotion line. And now it looks like the players are going to be on a quick little break. I got word from the table that they're going to be taking about a 10-minute break. So maybe it's time for us to take a little break, you know?
Yeah.
We'll start slow. We got a ton of, I mean, once it hits 9 o'clock, we got games out the wazoo.
Yeah.
We got game after game after game after game. So why
9
not, take
ET,
the breather when we get it?
9 ET, 6 PT.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we are going to take a quick break. I'd imagine the game after 10 ho lag will probably be
Mhm.
starting around 8:40, 8:45. So, get some water, take a bathroom break, get some food, do whatever you got to do. And we will be back in just a few minutes.
Yep. See you guys then.
And we're back. Back. Now we got Steve off the table,
Hmm.
getting Aaron hopping back on. Gonna be really interesting to see where this goes because demotion line has been kind of unaffected for the bottom five. It's
Yeah.
being pushed a little bit more towards Ceylon now because both Tucker and Claire have just kind of been inching towards the top of the demotion. Neither of them have taken negative points on the day yet. Neither of them has taken first either, so there's not been like a big jump, but just kind of
Yeah.
making that very edge of demotion much more competitive.
Yeah. I think it's just like single digit positives for like second and thirds.
Yeah, just been fighting for the 5 UMA, and then the
Mhm.
other person taking like 2 or 3 additional points of positive.
Second and third actually got the same amount of UMA for less than clear, actually. All right, dealer hand looking awful.
I mean,
Got
all you have to do is play Honitsu and hit literally every unpaired honor, and then it's still almost playable.
yeah.
Especially when Claire across the table has the Anko of Shun, and then has like an Itsu that she can build while dumping some of those honors, or can even work
Hmm.
towards like a Sanshoku in the upper tiles. We also got Aaron on the right with a pretty decent high pie. Working with Beyond
Yeah.
Cons and Beyond Men's right now, just trying to fill in bit by bit. Could opt to just play the 8s as head too. Potentially drop one later if needed. Or yeah, just cut the
Yeah.
seven
Cut the
play full
7.
efficiency.
I don't mind going hitless there. Maybe hedge towards like Itsu.
For Aaron?
For Aaron, yeah. Sorry.
Nah, I think you're a little. Actually, yeah, you get 8 or 9, and then all of a sudden you're
Yeah.
really thinking about it.
Hmm.
It's not terrible, but I mean, I think you kind of just take your points and go. You're not really looking to play a whole lot of Dora.
Back to Tucker.
E2
We already
is a
see
lot of
4
value,
pairs.
but I mean, Tucker, yeah, could go for a two
Yeah.
toy. Could technically opt to do like a toy, but
Hmm.
it's a little bit rough. I mean, if you find 8, maybe, because if you get 1 or especially 2, you'll probably get the other. South
Yeah.
is going to get caught stray by somebody. But you got so many dangerous tiles to prove. You don't have
1.
any Dora in hand.
And that's 10 pi on
And
the
Claire's
across
just
the
going to,
right. Yeah.
yeah, Claire's just going to find Tenpai on the round men looking for a 7. So
Yeah.
Anko of Shun, only value in hand, but still Ricci +1.
Hmm.
Aaron
We do
has the
have Ishan.
option. Aaron's Tenpai. Oh, it doesn't even like it. Gonna completely break off. Aaron just wants to play super safe. Respect the reach.
Max
Max
on the
also
left is
backs off
Ishan
the
10.
Tenpai. Yeah.
Possible Itsu, possible Tanyao. A lot of different options you could go for there. But would
Yeah,
have to
problem
push
is you gotta
1
push
pin.
5p.
Yeah.
5p is very ugly to this reach. And the
1.
table at large. Is just
Does
gonna send
push
it
it.
though. Looking for the 8 for E2. That value is pretty worth it.
Yeah.
Got a decent amount of food with the Anko 5 as well. Oh, and now 5mon
Yeah.
hits the table. Hold on. Someone might get led astray.
Uh, I'm not sure. It seems like the other 2 players are kind of folding out.
相撲
And that's a Sumo. For
Claire
Reach, Shun,
just draws those.
Sumo. Yep, 1326.
I mean, those little point hands have been doing a lot for the most of the table. Obviously, it's been Max traditionally, who has been just getting that one big hand, then shooting
Yeah.
far and ahead, but I mean, everyone's got options for it.
Dealer here, not bad high pie to start with.
Now you're looking for a
Uh,
pretty nice Pinfu. Can technically,
yeah.
if you get like 4 or 5 Manzu, start edging towards the Sanshoku.
Hmm.
Not too bad at all. Or if you draw 7 so you just get the 3-sided. Also a decent option. Claire's starting to shape up pretty nicely. Is going to have to trim a little bit of the fat from the hands. Gonna have to figure out what to do about like North 7. Oh, just gives up the epic on one turn early. Would have needed 7, so much better options on the hand if that were to be drawn, but such is not the case with how the hand turned out. Max giving a quick Yakuhai call and go. And Tucker not doing too much. Decent shape to boot, but needs some key fill-ins in order to really challenge the board. No Dora in hand yet as well, so not really lethality. Claire gonna find the fill-in around the 3. Gonna opt to just kill off one of the pairs. Can always fold the 9s out or the Norse out later if needed.
Mm,
Aaron
cut
debating on
7
what
mon.
to do. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
really wanted to play that second Dora if it comes into hands, but just
but
decided to kind of play the efficiency.
yeah.
I guess it's technically not that much more efficient. You do
I mean,
kind of get an E2 out here, but
yeah. It was a slight hedge towards it.
yeah, it just opts
Now I'm
to
not really sure
cancel
about
it.
keeping that east.
I think the idea is the East is safer. A
Yeah.
little bit easier to drop later on the board, and technically if you do pair it, can catch somebody off guard.
Mhm.
Drop like double Sozu, fill in 3-6 mean. Like a nasty reach.
10 pie
Although we
across the
are gonna see
way
Tenpai.
for 7 spin. Or 7 mon,
7
sorry.
mon. Yeah, absolutely terrible. Couldn't technically see Tucker play into it, but
Uh,
Tucker's gonna need some value. Actually could just end up reaching on like Forso
doesn't
or
take the
Doming if it's
Intotsu.
drawn. Max
Oh,
definitely
yeah, I
greeting
guess it
for the
is
Dora a little bit.
accepting the
Doesn't want the
Dora.
Intotsu. Doru is kind of scary to push this late into the hand as well.
Yeah, that is true.
Never know if someone's
Con.
got a weird
E.
Dama. Cutting the green. Now we're looking at 6 peen. Max misses. Everybody misses. There's only 1 6 on the board. What the heck? That's actually great news for Aaron.
Yeah.
Gonna be able to try to pick it up. Catch a stray Dora for the hand. Still an Ishan 10, but now looking at that Pinfu Yanmen yet again. Could even get a 5 so for Ipeko.
Tucker wasn't sure about pushing that 2 pin, it seems like. I guess it's the only
I
person
mean,
it's not safe to is the person that made 2 calls to con.
yeah, you're worried. You're worried about the Honitsu there. I think
Mhm.
you're thinking it's probably pretty unlikely with 8 and 6 thrown, but it doesn't feel great.
Uh,
Wow, and Aaron's still not finding Tenpai.
yeah. Shifted his weights around so many times. Possibly end up Furitan here.
Yeah, but I mean, it would be 3-sided Furry 10, not the worst in the world. Could also
Yeah.
take the Shabo. I'd imagine you might just want to smack it on the Furry 10. Nope, gonna
Oh,
opt to
no.
try to catch somebody stray with the West.
Mhm.
It's one's
It
cut
is
on the
one's
board.
cut. Yeah.
Looks pretty bad to Max.
He
Yeah,
does have
potentially
Haite.
dealer. Wouldn't that be something? The West? Force being completely dead.
Doesn't get it. Would have gotten it
West
if he
buried in the
took
dead
a
wall.
Pinfu. Men pin it pots. Damn.
Yeah, that would have been a lot of value. I kind of understand it though, because there's already a lot,
Yeah.
and you're assuming a lot of people are playing it, and it's like the West, you can probably get somebody to deal in if they get it. But you know, at least you break somebody's
Yeah.
hand, and you know that if it goes through Yukoku, you still get your dealership back. So
Mhm.
it's not the worst thing in the world. Now Aaron
I mean,
opening up for those Norse.
I feel like with that logic, you just go for those 3-sided weight anyways.
Yeah, I mean, I think the odds on paper are probably a little bit better. It's just I don't remember
Yeah.
how many were on board. It's so close with both of those, and I think
Yeah.
West I think everyone's playing kind of safe on this board, so I think West probably would have not come out unless Max drew it. Max could have been talking on it too as well, which wouldn't surprise me. So I think you just kind of accept that you're not getting a West out. take the more tiles in hopes of a E-pot, something like that.
Mhm. Speaking of this hand, it's already Ishan 10. Could go headless here. On the left.
Tucker looking to do something nice, but has some ugly
Yeah.
conchons and penchons.
Oh, three-sided summon shun.
Yep, Aaron looking for 147, so could even
Oh,
see it come
yeah.
out from Tucker right now. Don't think one so would be the cut here, but
Hmm.
gonna
Yeah,
opt to
probably
kill
not.
6-8.
That Forso might eventually come out from player's hand.
I mean, I wouldn't even think it from Claire. I would think more so from Max, if anything, if Max gets a little bit closer to Tenpai.
Yeah.
Max being Ishan 10 right now.
I mean, with Claire, you still have to cut one of those pairs. Right?
Yeah, but you could always just try the white. Hope you're not Moji Moji.
リーチ
Yeah.
Scary, but once it comes out there,
If this gets pawned.
Claire's got no value. I doubt
Yeah.
she takes it. Just take her 2 save tiles and go to boot.
Thinking about this pawn, doesn't take it. Prefers the safety.
It makes sense. You have no value
Mhm.
in the hand. You don't see any door on board.
3-mon's looking dangerous.
Yeah, 3-mon not looking great, but Aaron's
Yeah.
just gonna push.
ロン
Oh, and
And gets
rewarded.
rewarded.
Gets the Dora from Max on the 3 side. I've been Tenpai for so long, and it finally comes out.
Okay.
Whoa, okay. That's see, whenever I have a hand like this and I like get a terminal 2 to start, I always take that as a sign. And I think either way, if you're Claire too, you're also
Home.
just kind of always playing this as Honitsu.
Hmm.
So yeah, you're pretty far. You have the 2 pairs and like you got a lot of
Yeah.
insides, but keeps the option open. After the East, I think you're just kind of done with it.
Hmm.
チ
You're just looking to open up towards Honitsu, but we'll see. I'll be interested to see if Max decides to take this con as well.
Yeah.
Moment of truth, is Claire gonna commit? Nope, just gonna opt to a very passive cheat toy, and then you either get Tenpai or you get easy fold outs late.
Yeah.
And could still technically try to go for the Kokushi, even with just a single East left.
Although we do see the East waiting to be conned.
I
Each.
mean, if Max doesn't find Tenpai by the time that Claire can get ready.
Oh.
But yeah, Claire's probably just gonna fold out here, because Max is also
Yeah.
just gonna drop that East,
Gee.
prove that Kokushi is dead. Tucker waiting on just a AP here. I hate this reach, because I never hit these literally ever. But a lot of people really like it. Just take the quick one, you never know what'll come
Sumo.
out. You could also just draw
There
it.
we go. Yeah.
Just sumo. Around the Dora. You hit the Ura. Oh, and you get the
Ooh.
Mongon. Huge hand for Tucker. Everybody's super close here. Max taking the blunt of positive points for everybody at the moment, but still just an East 3. Plenty of time to shift around.
Still has a dealership in this half. Claire's hand looking not that bad, but not that great either.
I mean,
Does have a
Claire's shaping
Dora.
up. Does have a
Yeah.
Dora. Can opt to play like an Itsu. Just kill some of the Sozu, especially if you draw like 5 so or 4 so.
Mhm.
Has potentially some big value outs. You draw 2 or 3 Manzu too, and then you can open up for the E2 and commit to it. It's not terrible. It's not great, but there are worse hands. Speaking of E2, Aaron really thinking if they want to go that path with that hand, just decide, nah, I'll play closed. Go for the
Max
double Ranmen.
Max currently Ishan 10.
Max is, but gonna need either an
Yeah.
awkward or no, not necessarily an awkward Chabo. Probably either looking at
Mhm.
the Conchon or potentially can just take the pin 2 round run on 360.
Also, Ishan 10 on for dealer.
Yep, Claire getting close, decides to abandon
Yep.
the Itsu, figures not worth it, I'm running out of time.
Yeah, seems like a lot of people would need Ishan 10 right now pretty fast. Uh,
Yeah, we
yeah.
could see this being a very explosive table. We also see Max shift away to a toy out, could just potentially call and
Mhm.
go.
10 pie on
That's
the
about the
left for
way to do it.
Aaron. Or, yeah, Aaron.
Yeah, just talking on
Down there.
the 2 so
On the
now, could switch to the 8,
chips to
does
8.
decide. Doesn't
Just
like the
recently
reach
cut.
yet.
Yeah.
Don't hate it. I mean, if you're gonna like Dama this, you're definitely looking for something juicier if you're gonna take a reach. Oh,
Doesn't
I mean,
swap to the
1, 2,
1.
3. Yeah, I mean, it's a hell weight. There's only one left, so
Yeah.
makes sense. That one's not quite good enough. I'd imagine you're probably looking for like west here, if
That
anything, or
Each.
north. North also looks pretty good. Yep.
it
Aaron's
is
gonna
his
take
win
it.
though.
It is his win, but I mean, it's once cut
Once
fairly
cut, yeah.
recently. You didn't take it.
Each.
Is gonna get chased out though, and Max is going to wait on
Yeah.
that 3-6 so to give the Pinfu Tanyao.
Each.
And
And
Tucker's getting
another
in on the
chase.
fun. 3-6 Mon as well.
Mhm.
Although 3 Mon's all dead. Still 3-6 Mons to be drawn though. Still 2 Norse in the wall, and
Chi.
3-6-0 is terrible. 6-0 completely dead.
Sumo.
But still 3
Oh,
cells.
Sumo.
Yep, Tucker's gonna find the outs. Locks in
Menpin,
door, gets the
Anyao, Sumo.
sumo. Not able to find the Ura for the Mangon upgrade. So luckily the points stay smaller for the rest of the table.
Here, seems like pretty good shapes in general. Would really want to find something to connect the Dora with for Max.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have, yeah, I was gonna say, even if you get the 5 here, you might just want to keep, you're right around the neighborhood of 5-6-7 Sanshoku. You can get
Hmm.
Tanyao too. Might even consider just opening up to confirm it if you draw like 5 Mon, dropping double 9. Get a little bit more wiggle room with the Pinzu. Ooh, on the left too, Claire's got a killer of a hand. Double Onkos, looking to play off the 5 Mons though. Oh, and all of a sudden, we got a 3-so too, so now we're thinking, can we get away with San Onko, maybe even upgrade past? And Tucker, Ishan 10 on Chitoy. Everybody's really flirting around with the idea of being first to push the board.
Ooh, Dora pair up for Max here.
Dora pair up. I think that will
Would have to,
kill off Sanshoku, but
yeah. You do
I mean,
make up for it with
you
the
get
purple
the
Dora.
if you draw 6-0, you might even just throw the 7.
Yeah,
Sanshoku's worth 1 more anyway. Your weight's a
yeah,
little bit better. It's not guaranteed, but can also kind of trick the board into thinking you don't really have a lot of value. Try to get them to
Each.
push a little bit more aggressively towards you.
that being
Although
said, Dora
Aaron gonna
might,
find Tenpai first.
yeah, the Dora might stay in hand
Each.
now.
Or 7 Mon. Oh, right as Claire finds the end Totsu, we're looking 2-5-7 Peen. 7
Mhm.
Peen all locked up, not coming out. 2's also looking terrible. Only 1 left in the wall. 5 stuck in Aaron's hand. So Claire's on a 1 out right now.
Mhm. But if you do Sumo on the just yeah, if you do Sumo, that is Sanako. Or no, sorry,
No, not on the
that's just
not
clear.
on the 2 bun. Yeah,
Yeah.
not a whole lot going on. And Tucker still is not out of this hand yet. Has a couple safe tiles. Nothing too dangerous yet.
Mhm.
Still Ishanten on the Chitoy.
Don't.
Ooh, that deals in, fortunately.
But yeah, Claire gonna draw Aaron's weight first. Aaron get Dora 2 to lock in the Magon. And now Aaron pulling way ahead with Tucker. Going to go on to the last dealership here. This is going to be very, very big for the rest of the table. If they want to shut Tucker down, especially if Claire wants to keep Tucker from jumping too far ahead from demotion, she's going to need to stop him here and now.
Tucker's starting off with a Dora pair, but the rest of the hand's very awkward. You probably might
I mean,
want to just call for a 7-8-9 Sanshoku.
forget Tucker. Aaron's about to do some nonsense. This is your typical
Pump.
Aaron nonsense hand. We're going to open up for that. We're probably even going to build Honitsu and maybe try to add Toy Toy if we can. Don't need the 9s. Don't care about them if we draw them. If we get West, I'd imagine we pawn, and then if we get 9P, probably just do the same. Yeah, and Tucker, I just don't think is going to be able to find the speed to play this hand and contest with Aaron. Oh, not even just Aaron, too. Claire's also got a super quick hand. Already E Shanten, looking to end up on a Shabo or potentially just a Pinfu hand with Tanya as well. Can also upgrade to like E Peiko in the meantime. A couple different outs there. Even incorporate a Dora.
Max wanting the 5 mod for Tanya, possible Toy Toy.
Yep, you get Forso out, you're taking that, and then just... Oh, wait, you'll end up in Furry 10, though, if you don't drop the 7. That'll be a little bit awkward. And Claire immediately smacks Reach, looking for just the 5, so not sure if I agree with that one. Oh, just
But
read the
it
wall.
is the Ipatsumo.
On the Tanya. I forgot to, you know, read the book of plans. And an Ura, just because it's funny. Lock in that Mongon, take more points from Tucker than anybody, and now Claire, very competitive chance to, you know, again, go above 30K. Not too out of it at all just yet. 5S is being so lethal tonight. I think that's the second time we've seen an Epot Sumo on a 5S region. Actually insane. Must be the tile of the night. See if any players realize that and just start taking wild chances on it. Seeing if the pattern will continue.
Sanso's the occult tile.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh my god. Tucker's got an absolute loaded gun right now. Only problem is the hand's kind of awkward to play. Like, you have this weird double pair of 3 and 6, and then, like, you gotta figure out how to play all these Dora in your hand. Like, even Toy Toy isn't looking great right now. You're seeing Max open up for some nonsense, which looks to be Atazuke with Toy Toy backup. Everyone's saving grace right now is the fact that Aaron doesn't exactly have a quick handout. Aaron's going to take a minute, as Claire also gets Ishanten. Ugly Shabo wait unless 4P is hit, and then you get a very nice 2-5, can win on the Dora.
That might be called for Tanya Dora 3. Yeah.
Oh, I'd imagine, yeah. You take your Mongon here, call it a day. A lot more flexibility in how you do it. Now you just drop the 6-0, yep, and now you got a little bit more flexibility. Can pawn the 4th 5, can also chi the 8. Then you still have the pawn of the 3 if you want to take it. Tucker not wanting to take the 6 for Tenpai there, dropping the Dora, especially on the 5 Kanchan. That is one chance right now. Could even see 6 dropped right now. Yep, and we do. Keeping options open, still going to be able to play all those Dora. Can also use the Dora as a pair on that 6-7, wait on like 3 Mon and fill in 2 Peen for the 3-4 Pinzu round men.
Oh, yep, there's...
Speaking of,
waiting on the 3.
Gonna hit Tenpai, waiting on 3 Mon. Uh-oh. Comes
Don't.
out
Oh,
right
that
from
goes
Claire.
in.
She immediately draws it. And Tucker sending Claire back down to the Shadow Realm. looking much, much more difficult to get to the 30K.
But it is dealer, just needs a Mon gun.
Now, Tucker
Boom.
could potentially have a big, big jump.
Yeah.
Is immediately able to open up, and I think
On
our...
the hot.
Boom.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah, pawn on the Hatsu. I thought our 10 home might be bugged out because the pawn
Yeah.
and then the switch perspective. Sometimes that can happen. Gets a little weird when you try to go in between an action, but I think we're not desynced. We'll have to see if a red comes out, because I know I've seen that
Yeah.
before. They're like two back to back. You think the hands are fine, and then you see someone drop like a filled in round men for their hand, and you're like, whoa, what's going on here? Everything's looking good, and Tucker has got a super quick hand, able to call one so to catch somebody off guard too. And then looking at double terminal round men's. Claire, not exactly a slow hand, especially with that 5. Big 5S fill in here. Not willing to give up door acceptance just yet. Can potentially still go towards like a Tanyao option. And Max, Ishanten on Chitoy as 1-3-4 so in the hand. Could potentially see a reach on something nasty. Might even just opt to drop 4 so now.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to. Oh, you know what? You know what Max is
It's
doing?
Rion
Max is looking
Keiko.
at me.
It's Rion
Yeah,
Keiko.
yeah. Max is
Boom.
looking to either play a normal Pianfu or, meet our friend
Yeah.
Ryan over on the right. Ground pickup being probably the favorite
Oh, that's
child of Armel, but is just gonna opt for
Heat.
Chitoy, I'd imagine,
T-Toy.
with this.
Yeah.
Is gonna take
Guarantees a
the
Mon gun if you win
reach.
the hand.
Although it is a little sus waiting on the 7, so it is the reach tile, so I'd imagine
Yeah.
players are going to be a little bit more scared. But yeah, with the Dora pair, this is going to be Mongon Chitoy,
Mm-hmm.
if found. 7 sos are all in hands, though. So it's really just going to be up to Claire on whether she drops it or not. Claire really wanting to avoid a 4th here, too. Oh, this is such a scary
Yeah.
spot.
The 6-3 looks awful. The 9's also.
3 looks bad.
There's also 10 pi across the way.
No, yeah, Tucker finally finds it with the 7 pin draw. Gonna be waiting on 6-9, so not even really that great. Oh, and Tucker doesn't want to check the 4 mon. Really scared of around that Dora.
Yeah.
Oh, that 7 could deal in though. Tucker could misread. If Tucker decides to push this, if like red comes out
Yeah.
and like nothing around the Monzu is checked, Tucker could deal in. Claire might even do it right here. Nope.
Oh,
Really
yeah.
doesn't like upper Sozu. Not a fan at all. Little weird that there's no 9 pins out. Now the option comes to Tucker. Just decides to check the 7p. I
Yeah.
almost kind of like just going double red at that point. If you're committing the folding out. Claire has options here. I'd imagine we'll see probably like a 4 so cut, maybe. Still decent options to still play the hand. Nope.
Boom.
Goes it back. Oh, okay.
Nah, Tucker, I think is just out of this. Not quite sure about that call. Maybe the thinking is I draw one less dangerous tile
T.
at the end of all of this. I have a guaranteed
Ooh.
safe draw. Can switch up high to. Claire's gonna find the pair. Claire, very good chance of getting to Tempai. And now Tucker's got to brave something. What's the read? Oh, guesses correctly on the 2p. And that is going to be no Yaku. Now Aaron has to brave something. Opts to find the 1 pin. Maybe try to shift towards Tanya and unable to find it. And Claire not able to get Tempai. Aaron dropping nothing, so that'll be just Max and Aaron getting points. Tucker immediately dropping Dora as Max takes the aggressive south call. Shapes aren't the worst. You have a Dora to boot, can even pair it up. play a nice, play all your Ronins in hand. Try and get something quick, get it going, just get the nice Yakuhai Dora 1, keep re-rolling on the dealer, push yourself up to second.
Yeah, cuts the Dora for max efficiency. I don't
Yeah,
hate
there's
it.
already one out. Just, take your quick hand if you can
Mhm.
get it. We're gonna take Tenpai there too, already ready on the 2-mon. None to hit the board as well. Could even
And
see
that
it here
comes
from
Don't.
out, yeah.
Claire. Yeah, just really sneaky 1K. Or 1500. Or no, that
Yeah,
was. What was that?
that's
2K?
1500.
That's 15, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Just
15.
takes the 1500, especially from Claire. That's like a huge gap. Just gives you even more buffer time to
Starting
what
off
you
with an
want.
Onk of the pays.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess the nice thing is, like, if you either pair the 1-3, then you get a Roundman, and you might not have to reach on a Kanchan.
or you
And
can
if you
find a
just fill
yeah,
in, then you have decent options. But I always say when you start out with the Anko, the off Windows dealer. Luckily, the shape around this one's good enough to where you can shove a reach pretty quick, try to have people back off.
yeah,
But it sucks when you have like just this slow, terrible no points hand. Have an Anko of wins, so you either got to take 3 turns figuring out how to play it so you can open, or just be at the whim of hoping you can draw by the end of second round at Senpai. Boy, Aaron's got a killer across table
Yeet.
too.
yeah.
Already Ishan 10, but Claire's gonna sneak in with Tenpai first. Waiting on 1-4 as well.
Checks the 5 so immediately.
I mean, again, Max is
Yeah,
playing for top of the league right now, so
makes sense.
says I'm pushing this no matter what. Who cares? I'm not in,
Ooh,
danger of demoting. So we're just gonna run it
Dama
up as
across
much
the
as we
way,
can.
winning on 3 pin.
Yeah, I I mean I think the
Yeet.
idea is maybe you can Dama if you get like a 2-pin.
Yeah.
Oh, but Max is
Oh,
gonna find Tenpai too. Could potentially be a,
yeah.
or no, not a double run. Max just waiting on 2 and Claire waiting on 1-4. Claire is completely
Is
dead on draws though. All the 4s and 1s held right now.
yeah.
And I'd imagine no one's dropping any of them. Aaron's probably committed and is even going to back up to avoid dealing in. Doesn't want to fall below 30K.
So it's just 1 versus 0 right
Yep, 1 versus 0. Still 1-2 to be drawn.
now.
Max has 2 players that might be able to drop the, or has 2 players. We're drawing the 2 people win, being Max and Claire. And Claire, I don't think has a single draw that anybody is going to get to drop the 1 or 4 pin with how the board is. Tucker's thinking now, doesn't, unsure about the green, but nothing else looks great on the board. Checks the 9 so, and it passes. So much left unchecked. Now able to push the green, but not able to find
Yeah.
Tenpai. Max and Claire just loading the board up.
Yep.
We have 2,900 on board as it stands. So quickest hand out is going to get a nice little bonus. And I would say that Max looks killer for it. Already the soft
Already
Yakuai
Ishan
pair
10. Yeah.
and the Conchons, but Claire also a super
Tenpai
quick hand.
doesn't take it just yet. Wants a better
Yeah, I'd
way.
imagine we're looking for the better wit. This quick off can also accept another Dora if it comes.
Possible Sanshoku also. A little bit
Yeah,
distant, but
yeah, it would be a
always
tough
gotta look out
find, but
for it.
it's not impossible. Ooh,
Yeah.
Max looking maybe for an eat, a little sneaky. Can get like a Ramen along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can incorporate another Dora easier as well. Could potentially incorporate 3 at this point, I believe.
Home.
And it
Calls
is
for
just gonna opt
Tenpai.
to play ready. Yep, looking for 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Max gets the
That's so
Northward,
dirty.
sees the one out, takes the switch. Oh boy, it looks like
Just
Max
cut.
is still shaving out.
Oh,
Ah!
instantly punished.
Ah! Instantly draws into it. That's gonna suck if nobody else drops a North. That's gonna be so annoying. And then
Also the
upgrades to the
better
3-6.
Mhm.
Watch. I guarantee you
Don't.
the next tile that
Oh,
Max draws.
instantly comes
Oh,
out.
but Tucker deals in. Deals from the empty. That's actually a really big hit to Tucker because now
Mhm.
Aaron is in a much more reasonable spot to overtake. Max not too far behind either.
Yeah, like, once again, Max already starting off with, like, some really good shapes here.
Oh, so good. Dora in hand, quick Yaku high
Mhm.
out, has decent routes just to end on an Intotsu after that.
Yeah.
Such good options here. Aaron
Aaron not
denies the
calling the
Yaku
hop.
high.
Boom.
Does want to take it on second go. I think the problem for Aaron here is he's trying to figure out how to get past post and past Tucker. And
Yeah.
it's like none of the routes, Dora 1, Yaku high is just barely not enough, even with Sumo.
Yeah.
Oh, but with 4 Humba, actually,
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
mind. That would do it. Yeah, 4 Humba, 1200
Boom.
on top. That would actually be enough. So maybe was unsure about the first, and then once off for the second, had an extra,
Chi.
just a little bit of time to think over the math and finds it. Not going to be waiting on 1 pin. Oh, and Tucker
Oh,
deals
Don't.
Tucker
in.
deals
That's
in. That's so
huge.
important.
Oh, and
Oh,
Tucker
just
demoted
enough.
down to second. That first would have been so huge. Puts him past Nathaniel. But just demoted down, so now just kind of just kind of slowly encroaching on Zilong again.
Yeah.
Now Nathaniel in the cupboard's got to be ecstatic about that. Still safe for the moment. Although Tucker still has 2 more games to play tonight, because I imagine they're doing all 4 or all 5 as it is.
Mhm. Yeah,
Although
those
I,
2 deal-ins are just enough for second place. That's so unfortunate.
yeah, that's one of those where you're Tucker too. You're just like, okay, everyone's been opening a lot and taking forever to get to Tenpai. I'm probably fine. Like this was just drops. I
Yeah.
have some protectors on it, and then it just happens to deal in. Think what we might end up doing is actually hopping down to B3B halfway through. Yeah, we might go back to that. I know that's going to be a very exciting table with, again, this being B3's week for kind of clinching promotion slash demotion spots,
Yeah.
with playoffs being next week for the players who fall into those specific lines. So I think we're going to try to look in there. We're about probably halfway through a game, but that just means there is plenty more action. So forgive us while we get everything updated with all the info and get everything accurate. But let's look at these hands as we go around. And wow, dealer Wenshen
Mm.
right now has an absolute killer. Double white, double green, melds to boot. Could even go closed on it.
Mhm.
And what else are we seeing right now, Blake? What's standing out besides dealer hand at the moment?
There's the shovel and the Haku Hatsu right there on the left. Other than that, there's not too much else. Let's aside from like
Boom.
a couple quick hands. Pawn's the tune across the way. Uh,
Oh,
oh,
and
bridging
Scott
towards
looking to get that toy.
Toy possible Honitsu. All right. Uh,
We're looking to get it. Now, if we go over to Wenshen's perspective, still sitting on Ishanten. Or not quite actually yet. Still around Shanten, looking to fill in. Hasn't been able to find another
Boom.
roundman to play, get this nasty little Shabo off. Ended up dropping the 2-3 and is going to just take the white.
Yep.
Go to perfect Shanten. A lot of roundman weights can take the green if they come out from another player.
Boom.
Scott is going to call that weight on 3-6. So importantly, to kind of catch everybody up with the standings, which are now accurate on the screen, Scott is going to be fighting for a playoff spot.
Boom.
Mention deals in just there to
Mm-hmm.
Scott. Scott's been playing for that playoff spot. I don't think these are 100% accurate with where, like, if you see the little 3/4 above and below the arrows, those are where the playoff spots are on paper. But like as players go on hiatus or come back, and how the leagues fill out, I'd imagine they'll go down anywhere from 1 to 3 spots, most likely. And we just can't possibly know until next week when playoffs are officiated and everyone's basically accounted for, and the accurate count comes down, and Edwin releases all of these shifts for promotion slash demotion spots. But Scott's on the line, definitely looking to get a buffer so they don't have to worry about it at all. Just stay in B3. And Damien and Wenchen, kind of the same situation, just really want to clinch the promotion spot, not even have to worry about next week and dealing with another playoff session. Oh, and it seems like Travis, Kevin, and Takahito are going to be playing tomorrow as well. All those players definitely closer to the playoff. They're directly above the demotion playoff, but have a little bit more wiggle room. Travis not feeling too great. Takahiro does have plus 35-ish from that line where it stands now. So it's going to be a very exciting couple of days for the B3 leagues and the B3 beta. Very interesting format and season. But as we come back to the hand, Scott still trying to find that fill-in. Wenshin just opening up for the hidden Yakuhai, just trying to take the points as they come. Solidify the first, get a little bit more points before their South 4 dealership. And Steven and Damien just kind of trying to figure the hand out still. Draw around, getting the Tempai. Damien, Ishan 10. Steven, Yanshan 10 with some harder fill-ins, but not too far behind.
Wenshin also Ishan 10, currently headless.
Yep. Does have the North though as a sneaky little Tonki, or even the 9. Safe to the dealer as well. If a dealer reach comes out, could catch somebody off guard. Because Wenshin still kind of looks like a Tanya without any Souths called. Oh,
That's
doesn't
Furry
notice the
10. Does
Furry
probably
10
doesn't
on the
realize it.
green.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just missed it. Didn't quite have the eyes. The nice part about the Tonki though is you can just, adapt the weight every turn.
Yeah.
As long as you don't draw Furry 10 tiles for the rest of those, you're more than fine. Yeah, and after noticing, decides to switch to the 3P. Still safe to the dealer. And doesn't look terrible against Wenshin as well. North obviously would have been a little bit more cozy, but it is twice cut as well, so a bit harder to come out. Steven still trying to shape up. Hasn't found anything yet.
Doesn't want the West.
Yeah, Furry 10 as well. Just keeps drawing those nice tiles that just right in front, dropped them way earlier in the round before it was the Tonki. But with the Nobeton here, you're set.
Switch there.
Throw the 3, take your 1K, keep it moving.
That's 10 pi for dealer.
It is going to be Tempai with Epeko chance waiting on 7-4, so.
Doesn't want
it? Very interesting. I guess concerned about the South, but I mean, you're assuming there's probably Tanya to the left.
Yeah.
You're a little bit worried about like a Dama from Damien with double non.
I mean, I think you just
would be a lot, but yeah, you're dealer. I think you just pressure the board and take it.
Ricci
Steven
for
going Ricci for the Chi toy.
yeah.
No Dora. Opts to take the numbers weight.
リーチ
Oh, this could be four
Oh, it would
reach.
have been
Importantly, there's
EPOS.
no four reach draw. Oh, Scott doesn't want to reach. Doesn't want to have the pony in. Is gonna get rewarded. Can they brave the South? You can't play form on here, right?
You
You
can't.
gotta just check the South and hope it works. Oh
Uh,
no, it misreads. Thinks the 4 looks better. Plays into the Sanshoku
Sanshoku.
too. Automatic Hanemon. See ya later.
Yeah,
And now
you can't be
Scott.
happy about that. If you recheat on the South, like that's
I mean, listen, I'm a firm proponent of Ricci Book 1 Dora theory, where it says that it's 10% roughly to deal in with an honor. And obviously, different situations raise or lower that. And I don't even know
yeah.
where that stat comes from outside of its citing in that book. But I mean, pushing a form on there is so bad. Like it just
I mean, I'm
looks so
talking about
terrible. I think you
when you.
gotta risk this out there.
I mean, if I was talking about when you found the 10 pie before you cut the 8 pins, right? You just push it.
Yeah, that too. I think you just push it no matter what.
Yeah,
Take the better rate. You're dealer. You got to play aggressive, and like everybody has to respect your reach a little bit
yeah.
more.
Like at worst, that was probably just a single non and maybe a door or some one other Han somewhere else. But
Yeah, right. The South is a
it,
pretty cheap deal into whatever
yeah,
whoever takes it most of the time.
instead you just push the 4 into the Sunshoku
Yeah,
side.
you give the Sanshoku and it's terrible. You're eating a Hanemon as dealer.
Speaking of a South, though, we do have a pair right here in the dealer hand, just waiting to come out from Scott again.
Yeah, Scott probably gonna drop it on this next go around unless another honor's drawn. So they're thinking about keeping those like honors like that for too long.
Yeah, doesn't
Just
take
too
it.
scared to push later. Yeah. I mean Damien doesn't have the guaranteed Dora yet. I think they think the hand is close enough to where they can just play it closed and kind of scare
Yeah,
the board with a reach. I think it's a little ambitious. I think this hand's just a little too not good for me to personally to do that, but if they
I
do
definitely
draw to
don't hate
reach,
the
it'll be a
idea.
huge advantage. I think if it was like, well, I guess if it was a Pinfu, you wouldn't even have to talk about opening up for it
リー
if
チ
it was valueless, but ooh, Scott's gonna find the Shabo on 6-8.
Yeah, now that the South comes out, I guess that
Yeah.
is one advantage of not calling. You can just fold and pass dealership.
Yeah, it's a much safer option. I
ドン
think I do
And
value the
immediately
aggressive
feels
play.
in.
Yeah, nothing safe to boot. I think I kind of like the 1P cut a little bit more from Steven
Yeah.
there. Also, Uradora hit for Scott, bails him out, gets him on gun. All of a
Hmm.
sudden, much closer, not necessarily eating huge points here. But I think I like 1P there. You have the double 2P to kind of protect it,
Yeah.
make it look a little bit better on the board, and it's a terminal besides having double 2P to protect it. Like
Yeah.
throwing an 8 is just much worse, and your hand's not worth anything. I think the 1P is your safest out, and you're just looking to pass up, go hard on the dealership here.
ポン
When Shen, faced with the opportunity to call the open Yakuhai, does want to take. Hand's pretty bad. This definitely is a Honitsu commit. Don't hate it. Not really many other ways you can play the hand. Might fall into the no defense trap, especially because I'd imagine you have to cheat this open.
チ
But as long as you're the
Yeah.
first to complete your hands, doesn't matter if you have no defense, because nobody else is playing offense yet.
Mhm. As we all know, offense is the best defense.
I mean, that's why just sumo works so well. God, Steven has such a clunky hand here too.
Yeah.
Just like
チ
no really good shapes, nothing going
I'm
on.
not even sure if I like that 7
Yeah, I was
pawn.
about to say, I don't know if I like that
Yeah.
open up. I think just having the shape options and having later values is so much better. The 5's a nice floater, but I mean, you could go so many turns without drawing a Monzu here. and I don't really like greeting on the Yakuhai.
Thankfully for everyone else on the table, uh, Winshen's like hand is completely disconnected from each other. I guess there's that now, but
Yeah, now Winshin gets a little bit of connection. I mean, looking for Winshin though, no one else has really got anything too scary. Looks like Damien's Ishan 10 right now, but would just be a Shabo Dora or Reach Dora 1 on like a double terminal Shabo. Steven's still shaping up, hasn't been able to find anything prominent yet. Scott's not really doing a whole lot at the
yeah.
moment. Oh, and Damien's just going to back up a Shanten, doesn't even want to try the South. Doesn't trust it.
Mm,
Everyone's going around. Steven not going to open up and try to do any toy shenanigans.
yeah, no
I mean,
one's
I think
even saying.
this late, bit hard. Doesn't surprise me. Oh, we're wiggling back to Tenpai for Damien, or we're wiggling back to
Mhm.
Ishan 10. As Wenshin does find Tenpai on the 6-mon. Still one left in the wall. Does have Yanmen upgrades on both sides. Although even after that, not looking too great on anything besides the 8-mon. And even so, double 9-mons held in hand. Makes it look pretty bad.
Oh, there's an upgrade.
Yeah, it does get 9-mons to boot. Damien doesn't see any. Doesn't see any 6s too. This looks like a
Gee.
great weight. Problem is, everybody is holding everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scott not even willing to push 2-1 Penchon. Just wants to get rid of the Sozu in the hand. Send him off. I'd imagine for Steven here, probably saying yep, 1P or the 2P cut. Or a 2S, excuse me.
That's 10 pi.
It's not quite
Oh
10.
wait, no.
Still Ishan 10, but has a 3-sided, which
Mhm.
could end in Furry 10.
Gee.
But it is something. As we see Scott go Otozuke on the south, and here's the problem for Damien. Now all of a sudden, the hand is stuck. You find yourself in Tenpai and start risking stuff, you're gonna deal in. Gotta imagine Damien's probably just folding that, right?
Yeah.
Just completely backed out of the hand. Yeah, Wenshen just keeps drawing Manzu, but Manzu that don't help. You already have the best weight to your perspective that you can see now. Little does Wenshen know that it's just not coming. Still technically 1/6 mon left in the wall, but we haven't seen it yet. Wow, and Steven misses Tenpai completely.
Oh,
Oh,
that might come
Scott
out.
draws it. You can't. You gotta just back
You
up.
can't. Yeah.
It's so bad.
Oh,
No.
Oh, and
it
does
comes
try to brave
out.
it. That's such a devastating deal-in, even at 3,900. That matters so much there. I know you want the Ryukoku payments, but even if you gotta
Def.
pay 3K there, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Especially when you're Otozuke on the south. Like, maybe just a misread on the fact that it's a Shabo. Yeah, I thought there were
Yeah.
Mochi on the south, and then like there was another pair, but yeah, very, very punishing for Scott. And now you're gonna have to struggle to get back into second place.
Uh, Here we have okay shapes. Not the best, but
Yeah,
definitely workable.
Wenshin is interesting. I mean, you draw around the Sozu, you draw like a 5-so, and then
Mm-hmm.
hit your fill in. You can draw a pair, or even if you hit 3-peen or fill in with your round men, then you can Shabo on 9 north. It's a pretty decent
Mm-hmm.
option there. Not too bad at all.
I think I prefer one pin there.
Yeah, I think the idea is you're keeping the safety open for later.
Yeah.
Could potentially go towards a Shanta too, but
I mean, if you wanted Chanta, you would have kept. Oh, that's C-Shantan. But yeah, if you wanted Chanta, you probably would have just pitched the 5/6. But I was thinking more like just a slight hedge towards Sanshoku on the upper 7, 8, 9.
yeah, but I mean, I think you're far either way.
Yeah.
I think you're not really thinking about Sanchoku, too many pieces you still need to draw, and your dealer, you're just looking for most efficient play. So
Mhm.
either way, I think either's not really a big deal. I guess technically 9 is a better floater just because you have nothing around it. And Scott is going to find a very wide Ishan 10 right now,
Yep.
looking for 4/7 Manzu and a 3-sided Sozu shape as well to boot. Debating on the
Kang.
Daimon Con, does take it. Ooh, got 2
That's
Dora
2
out of it.
Dora for
So all
himself.
of a sudden,
Yeah.
that reach not looking as bad now. Could potentially even pawn on the 8s to try to get a little bit more value. Is Tanya Dora 2 just barely going to be dry with 40 Fu? Actually, is that even
Boom.
40 Fu?
No, that's
Eh,
30.
no, that's 30. That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, better pass out. Someone drops a
Mhm.
8 mon now. Like this one might come out. Nope.
Not yet.
Damien's gonna
So
play it.
somewhat
Yeah.
workable.
But one comes out, and then all of a sudden you're there. Got a Mongon to boot. Steven not really able to find the challenge either. Hand not coming
Yeah.
together. No reds to hit the board yet. Oh, come on. I think you gotta throw 8 so here. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go. Yeah, need the foo there. Need to try to work in another 8. Do something here. Challenge, get enough value. You don't want this going another hand. Ooh, I'd
Slightly
throw 3
punished.
mon.
Yeah.
Eh. I mean, technically, again, you're Tenpai
You
right
don't
now,
even
but you
yeah.
can't overtake unless it's direct. So I like just playing this and,
Boom.
give yourself multiple pawn options. Technically a world where you can get like a toy toy or something weird. Although it's pretty slow. Can't imagine we're going to
Yeah.
see it.
Would have to cut, like, at least a couple tiles, 2, 3.
Yeah. And that is going to be Tenpai for Steven.
リーチ
Doesn't want to take it, really. Not wanting to drop the 2 so I don't understand that one.
This is Tenpai for dealer.
Oh, and
Ooh.
Scott, following dealer reach, does take the Tenpai
1
on the Shabo. 7 so 8 mon. And now Wenshen going to open up and follow. Damien senses the danger. Plays the 4 mon.
Did check it
Just a,
already last turn.
that's true. Yeah, did check it.
South confirmed safe.
Looking for 6/9. Still 2 nines in the wall. 6s are dead though.
That is
And that is
Tenpai.
going to be Tenpai no Yaku though. Just
That's
waiting
fine.
on 7 mon. Oh, but now you have to
Ooh.
drop the 9 or something else scary. Nothing looks good here.
I mean, you're for 10 anyways, so
Yeah, it's true. You can just drop the
yeah.
6. And everybody finds
Everyone's
Tenpai.
Tenpai.
Damien with a beautiful workaround to still be in Ryukyoku, not play those payments out. Super big.
Mhm.
Keeps Wenchen from just rocketing into first now. Some more sticks on the board too, and now all of a sudden Scott in a much better position
Yeah.
to overtake. Gets a little bit of help with the board.
Although that being said, the hand doesn't look too great.
Yeah, but you can draw Dora. You get it quick. You get a reach on it.
Yeah.
And luckily for Scott, nobody else on the table looks too good. Steven's shaping up, and Damien's not too far behind, but they still have at least a row before they're most likely getting there.
Ooh, I do not like that one so cut. Because you can use 3 as the pair and still find 1, 2, 3 Sanshoku.
Yeah, it feels really good there. I don't like really keeping the east or the red here.
Yeah.
I don't think it does too much for you. I know you like the options for like quick hands out, but I think here it's just not worth it. The efficiency that you sacrifice, especially with a 1-so there, the
Yeah.
lock-in threes is pairing them out and also give yourself open Sanshoku outs is just too
Yeah.
great. Still looking
Yeah.
to fill in. Steven, Ryan
1.
Shanten still. Gonna need to drop one of those penchons.
Very aggressive call for its time now.
Yeah, when Chen opens up, but again, that Sanshoku is just such a big missed
Yeah.
opportunity. It was so nice. You hit one of those, and all of a sudden you are off to the races.
Yeah.
Can even disguise if you do try to open up, make it look like a timeout. Although not punished just yet, hitting some very good draws.
Yeah.
Scott still trying to find their way to Tenpai, just nothing yet though. Drawing super dead. Can kind of work towards an E2 out, but still 4 away. Or I guess only
Yeah.
3 away from the E2, not terrible. Can
Oh,
also
that's Tenpai. Menpin Dora on the left.
5-8. I mean, I think it's now or never. I think you might just
Yeah.
want to dom this too. You're not
What doesn't take it?
doesn't want it really. I guess wanting to
Huh.
play Tanya or maybe even a
But is
timeout
that
from
yeah.
Steven. Could have
Didn't look like
Please.
potentially
oh my god.
no, and then
That would have put
immediately snapped.
Ipatsumo.
That Epod Sumo would have been enough to
Yeah.
overtake.
Uh
I don't know if
but
the
that
reach
must
is
be a
necessarily the play there,
1.
but yeah,
uh,
this is devastating. Furry 10-2, so now you're just giving tiles to the board. I can't imagine anybody's going to be too scared here either.
yeah.
Damien the most likely to just back up and not play, but Wenshen's going to challenge. Scott's probably going to challenge. Luckily, Scott not really any options to challenge with, but doesn't change the position. 7 Mon completely dead too. Steven is just at the will of the
Yeah.
board. Wenshin, a little bit of upgrade, still very scared about dealing in. Could potentially just see Wenshin be fine with the south here, or be fine with the second. This will be the big deciding. I think if Wenshin takes this, they're pushing.
1.
Yeah.
And they do decide. Green's safe, gonna have to check something scary. Luckily for them, no worry about anything.
They don't know that
Steven,
yet,
no way to win the
unfortunately.
hand. Yeah, they don't, but again, fortune favors the bold. Oh, it's such a great fill-in.
Oh my god,
Can you
it's
push
2
3-5
Furitan sides
though?
though. It's 2 Furitan sides is the issue.
Yeah.
If you push 3-5 on.
I mean, you do get
Probably
cheese to
won't be
help
able to
you. Steven, honestly, also hitting
you
some of
push
the best sumo giris
yeah.
in Reach I've ever seen. Double Reach tile and then just nothing but terminals and honors for 7 turns in a row. Actually insane. Oh no, Winchen's backed out.
Yeah.
And that's not going to be cheatable. Drew the Dora and didn't want any part of it. Damn, everyone backed out, and all of a sudden,
Yeah.
even just running away with that could have potentially Epot sumoed to 8K, but I think hit a timer timeout when thinking about whether to take that reach or not. Ended up paying off anyway. I mean, you're
Yeah.
still in the negative. You're still getting hit 10 points, but nobody else won the hands. Not above 30, but you also do need a ton of points there.
Yeah. You take what you could get at this point. Especially with a like such an unfortunate line of play.
Yeah. So I mean, Damien, clearly the winner there, getting
Yeah.
more and more points, jumping up. Wenchen also finding a bit more, able to
Hmm.
challenge Irie for that playoff spot or for the last promotion spot. Might even be safe now as it stands with plus 20 on Hanley, who is done for B3 as it stands. Scott definitely hurting though. Now plus 50 away with only one game to try to climb
Yeah.
up. I'd imagine Scott is hoping, best case scenario, to get a playoff spot and call it
Yeah.
there.
Like with any luck, Kevin might drop down next 2 games, but the 50-point swing is a really big ass
It's gonna be a lot.
within 3 games.
Yeah, I think right now Scott is just at the whim
Like how
of
well
how the
Kevin
playoff
does.
spots shifts.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's also possible for Greg to just bomb his next 4, but uh, where that Greg might actually be done. Oh, okay. He joined the season late, like
Yeah, so
post first
Greg
session. Okay.
is over at the moment. Yeah, I think I'm looking to see when the next game is starting.
Oh,
Oh,
Edwin.
okay. So
Yeah.
Edwin coming in. We got new info. So the B3 playoff spots are going to all move down one line. So as Scott stands, will be eligible for the playoff spot, and Wenshen will be in the promotion zone.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah, so Scott has a 34.3 buffer
12 or
in order
24.
to not demote.
That's 24.3. Yeah.
Yes, 24. Yes. The zeros, sometimes those zeros mess with your
Yeah.
head.
Yeah.
Similarly, Wenchen, about a 20-point buffer as well to be clinched outside of the playoff spot and get that guaranteed promotion. So I think right now I'm looking at other games up. This B3 table has not started their final yet. And we have a couple tables on South 3 at the moment. So I'm sure somebody is about to start up another one. Let's see. Yeah, so what we might end up doing is because it looks like we got, yeah, 2 games in South 3 and another in South 4. We might just
Yeah.
go ahead, take a quick little break,
Yeah.
get another, take a little pause. All these games are pretty much settled. Maybe what we'll do in the meantime too, while we're taking the break, waiting for the next game, we'll figure out what the updates for the other leagues are. Because again, in session 5, everything's switching around super quick. Everybody is starting to cement where their placement is, and it is volatile. Not as volatile as session 6, which is going to be next week. You're going to want to tune in for that. It is going to be nothing but jam packed, super tense, super important games for everybody. But either way, maybe we'll get some of those stats, see where everybody is going, and we will be right back in just a couple minutes with the next game. And we are back. Gonna get into these A2 games real quick. Just to recap on the game that was just played for this A2, which is their second game of the session. Looks like Riley had the big first, going up plus 30 points. Going to crawl back and really fight for the demotion. Really try and get above that. A very good chance to do such. We also have Kevin going to get up a little bit, falling out of that demotion zone. Still very, very close with Riley and the rest of the pack, but a little bit of breathing room. Andre takes an absolutely huge hit here and falls down. And I actually think these standings might need. Do they need to be updated? There it goes. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes they take a second. Yeah. So Riley, huge first up. Kevin gets a couple points, moves away. Andre had a massive hit. The exact number, Andre getting a minus 46. Just kind of got bullied into and then tried to chase. And after getting bled bit by bit, just kept dropping in the small hands. And then in South 4, dropped into a Mongon
Mhm.
to Evan. And then we also have Ada dropping a couple points as well, falling into that 5th demotion spot. But still, again, very close. Even Andre with a
Yeah.
good first here, very good fighting chance, is going to be a very action-packed fight to see who is staying in A2 come next week, in the next session. And we're going to start off with Riley as dealer. Ooh, kind of a nice high pie.
Yeah.
Good shapes. Going to have to declutter, figure out about that 7P, but not the worst in the world.
Home.
As decluttering occurs, Ada going to call the north for the Yakuai. Got to get some quick points. Ada also having a 50% call rate. Wow, really trying to fight Edwin for top spot on that this season, I see. Trying to be competitive for the most open player of the season. Could work out. Has a Dora to pair, but we'll have to see. Still a little bit far. Andre trying to shape up just a little bit, looking like they're going to try to edge towards a Honitsu potentially, or maybe Chinitsu. Going to test it now and is just going to opt to commit to Honitsu/Chinitsu options. And Kevin not doing too much on the right. Does hit a huge 7, so all of a sudden we got ourselves a hand looking Ishanten. Does spot the 4, so drop. Has an E Peiko upgrade. And is probably going to be looking to get rid of that Penchant. Have to see how it develops though. Going back to Riley,
Huge
that's
pair up
7G.
for
Yeah,
Rylan.
massive pair. Now we're working with double Yanmen. Just in the
Mhm.
Sozu, you hit a 602, you get to add Tanyao to boot. You're feeling really good about that.
Reach.
I'd imagine, yeah, instant
Yeah.
slam reach. Although it is, it is really not a good reach.
One left in
We
the
have
wall.
Onko of 3-so and Onko of 6. Hey, watch what this next style is. Oh, it's close. It was the 2-so. It tried it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the prime. Hey, let's give the 3-so out at a funny time. Singular chance, which looks so good on this board. Sozu looked pretty cheap. Super far from Dora, and it just looks completely tangled up. Wow, huge draw for Ada too. Is able to pair the Dora. Now gonna sit Ishanten. Andre trying to work towards that Honitsu. Not quite there yet.
Possible con? No, it doesn't take it.
No, Kevin's never gonna take the con
Yeah.
there. As funny as it is, it's like your pairs settled. You get Ipeiko for the Dama.
If I was Ada, I'd really want to cheat this, but
Cutting 3-so and then
yeah,
like dropping a Dora or something, it's so awkward.
yeah.
Like Tumon, you
I
either
mean,
cut the Dora or you cut this unchecked 3-so. There's not even a 6 to like try to prove it for Suji. That I want to take. Drop the
yeah.
1, yeah. Go on 5-3, absolutely. You see a player in reach. 1-5's already hit the board. That kind of sucks, but I mean, you have half the Dora on the board, so you're not too worried. That 4 is not going to upgrade the weight, so we're not going to see a change there. The player with the best chance of dropping this right now might actually
1、
be Kevin.
No,
No, is gonna opt to just check the
yeah.
5. So,
ズモ
oh, we're gonna see the toy upgrade
Sumo.
right as Ada's Sumo's on the Dora. My God, everyone was flirting with value there. Kevin for the Hanuman. Ada got the Mongon. Dealer had the cheapest hand, the Knight
Oh.
that was just held up.
Yeah, looking at what I like to call the Mario Party table with so many calls with so much value. Here we're looking at a Dora pair of possible cheat toy Tanyao. Can just call for a regular hand though.
Yeah, I think you just take the Tanya and go. You got 2
Mhm.
Dora as dealer. You're pretty happy with that as Kevin. God, Riley's got a pretty decent Pifu out to. Oh, add Sanshoku to the list. All of a sudden, we got 4 5s to boot. Jeez, even Andre doesn't have a terrible hand here.
Yeah.
Is that Tenpai for Ada? Ada just hit
リーチ
Tenpai, waiting on 5-8. Is just gonna immediately smack it. 1-8 already on the board, so it's gonna be a tough wait. But has a Dora, gets guaranteed Tanya. Can get Sanshoku on the 5 too. There's still 1 left in the wall.
Kevin also
1-5,
just
1-8.
pushing for for this tenpai. Oh,
Yeah,
not
Kevin's
anymore.
gonna push. Andre backing up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeet.
Dora.
That's
Oh, and that's
tenpai.
Tenpai. You
No
guys see the counter reach?
Sanshoku, unfortunately.
Really? Doesn't want to push the 4 Mon. Interesting. I was thinking maybe we push the 4 Mon there, take the Noviton. Oh no, wait, you take the Pinfu
And
every time. I'm stupid. It's
yeah.
not. I was thinking it was South round. I was still in last game.
Oh,
Oh,
that
and
feels
it's gonna
in.
deal
That
in
feels in
Epoch
the
too.
pot.
All of a sudden, this is a scary hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets the Mongon because of the Ron.
Mhm.
Disastrous for Ada. Such a quick Tenpai with so much value there. That could have been Hanemon, I think, right? Tanya reach Pinfu Sanchoku? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you sumo and hit Ura,
No, no, you had the
on the
Dora too, actually. So it was reach
yeah.
Tanyao, Pinfu, Dora, and then yeah,
Oh,
you hit on Sanchoku, you get the Hanemon guaranteed.
oh, you meant on yeah.
Yeah, you hit 2 on the Ura and you get a Baimon too. It's so good. Like you gotta take
Mhm.
that. It just one of those times where it doesn't work out.
Yeah. Very weird shapes for the dealer here.
Yeah, it's really awkward. I mean, you're kind of giving yourself
Boom.
a bit
Yeah.
more of an out there to kind of wiggle towards Sanchoku. You draw like 5 Mon and then, or even like a 3 Mon. You're feeling a little bit better. Could also just see like double 1 drone
Yeah.
here. Kind of wiggle towards Tanya, opts to kill the 9s instead.
Could have opted for a cheat toy, but
Yeah, I could have kept it in. It's just
yeah.
it's so clumsy, and you already have the meld incorporating Dora. It just
Like
feels bad.
yeah.
Just
The
doesn't
shapes are
feel
like
good.
almost good enough where you don't want it, which I understand.
I think it's good enough. Like
Yeah.
especially if you're playing towards Tanya, you get to call in like 3-5. Well,
Ooh.
backfires if you just draw on the cheat toy, although you'd still
Yeah.
beat Ishan 10 with that. And that is the hardest
That's
place to play cheat
tenpai.
toy.
That's tenpai across the way.
Tenpai, sneaky on the 2-so, not
1、
worth
Mhm.
anything, but gets the game moving along. And
1、
speaking of cheat toy, going to
Ooh.
reach on 2 Mon here.
Mhm.
Not loving it, honestly.
ズモ
Oh,
It
no, never
is
mind.
sumo.
Just know that, you know, dealer's gonna call and you're gonna get your sumo.
Yeah.
Oh, the door too.
Oh, Ura! For the Paimon! Yo!
Okay, I'm sorry I mistrusted Cheat Toy. Okay. Just literally buy 'em on that easy.
People say it's a shortcut to Paimon, but that was clearly a shortcut to the Paimon.
ポン
God. Well, if you're gonna get Dora 2 and then hit the Ura and the sumo.
Yeah. Look at Ada's hand right now. It's looking
Ada's already
okay.
oh, I was looking at
No,
Andre. I was gonna say Andre opened up and got Ishan 10 right away.
yeah.
Can get the reds and then still be waiting on 3-6-0 or just end in a Shabo.
Or
He's
just
probably
fill the
sticking with
Kanchan.
3-6. Yeah. I think you just take the points and go. Might be able to
Yeah.
wiggle towards the Dora. Still got a whole
Doesn't
dealership.
take
Although
it.
it doesn't want it. Really wants the reds.
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
still
it's
early
something to
enough
keep
where
an
you
eye
can
on.
kind of just do that and get away with it, but it's very greedy in my opinion.
I mean, I think you're
Pump.
just looking at value. Like, does the 2 Han,
Oh,
like the extra Han get you
yeah.
anything? And I think the answer is like it gets you 1K more points, but stickies up your hand. You have options later to just back up if you think you're mochi mochi on the reds, but
Mhm.
not necessarily sure the 1K is going to matter here. Oh, but see, if you're going to do this play too, I kind of like keeping the Shabo because
Yeah.
then all of a sudden you draw a pair in the Pinzu. Now you might be thinking about Toy Toy. Very big value increase there. That is going to get you the Hanemon. Or not Hanemon, excuse me, Mongon.
Mangan, yeah.
See, I was thinking of the 600 namesake. Oh, and the 4 too. Although I
I
guess you would
mean,
have thrown the 4
yeah,
last
you
turn
you
even
would
if you would
throw
have
the
kept it.
4. Yeah.
You're never throwing 4, 5, 6.
There's
Oh,
the
there it
slight
is.
punish.
That'd have been nice. Yeah, I mean, there's already a 14 on the board, but that's where all of a sudden, once you get to the Mongon, even though the weight's harder, that's where you're really
Sumo.
thinking about it.
Finds
Does
Atsumo,
still get the
so
guaranteed points. Yeah,
yeah.
picks up an extra 1K from it. Keeps the game moving along. Ooh, we got Yakuhai calls for Riley here. Great shape to go with it, too.
Yeah.
Already has a Dora with the indicator to get the hard
Mhm.
part of sealing in that round man. Nobody else with too much speed. Looks like Andre might be able to fill in very quick,
Ooh,
but gonna
second
need to hit some
Yakuhai
hard
pair.
ones. Ooh, this could be nasty. Riley fits in that 5-8 on either of
Pump.
the shapes quick could get it, but just opts to take the quick Yakuai out.
If you pair up the 7-1, I'd even
Pump.
just
Oh!
oh.
Riley, I was gonna say Riley would have drawn into it if she would have passed. That'd have been so dirty. Pick up just a little bit more points. Kevin's also gonna challenge open for the Yakuai. Much worse shape. And no Dora to play with at the moment though.
Mm. Ooh, slight punish, but
Pump.
I guess it doesn't really matter.
Nah, you don't really care.
Yeah,
You're always playing the 5-8s here. You're never playing the 1-3. You're just taking the double you're on, man. That's just one of those where you're never expecting to hit it. Because
yeah.
on paper, it's just always worse. You wipe that off your shoulder if you see it. Could see Andre throw maybe a 3P in here. I think that's the max efficiency. 2 pins are
Pins
dead,
are
which make it a
dead.
bit clumsy, but
Yeah.
stops
I
the
mean, you
play
just
double
lock
3,
that.
so
You could
I
just
don't
lock
hate
that
it.
in as your pair, or I guess that was the pair already on the 2-3-4 3-3 shape.
Yeah, I mean, double 3 so is probably a bit. You have like no baton outs if you really need to later in the hand. If you draw like 2 pinier, you have other options. You drop a
Yeah.
Shanten, but it's not the worst in the world. You can definitely still come back and play around it.
Hmm.
Pump.
Interesting pawn there. Goes back a
Chi.
couple Shanten for the value.
Yeah, it goes back. Does get a little bit of value. Still is not filled in. Riley's not filled in any of the Ryanmans yet.
Yeah. Not really sure if I like that pawn. Could drop 6-7s for Honitsu, but feel like that's really far away. You already want to call the 6-7 Manzu, if possible. Other than this late in the
Yeah.
game, not probably not gonna get dropped by Ada.
I think you just gotta take what's in front of you. We do have Tempai here on
Yeah,
リー
a
チ
very awkward weight, like a weird
1
Intotsu,
Inputsu, yeah.
a one chance on the Formon, which is dead. So really
Mhm.
just a bad roundman. Double three, which as we know is buried in Andre's hand. I'd imagine you gotta play 4P here, right? Yeah, even backed out, just playing the safe 9,
Yeah.
going full Genbutsu. Kevin gonna opt for defense, but the problem is there's like no defense you can play.
Yeah.
I think you just gotta risk the 6 or the
No.
2-mon.
Doesn't risk
Nope.
it. Ooh, that deals in.
9.
Yeah.
ロン
Oh wow, yeah. Riley comes out with a
hmm
Dora 1 and the double Yakuhai ended up working out. Got a little bit more value on the hand. Again, very big for Riley. I mean, Riley has a good last game here. He can even, like, with one good last session, he can get into promotion zone still.
Yeah.
It's gonna have a hell of a fight to get there, even if you start at, like, 0 here, but not quite sure what the matchup is gonna be next week for him. You get one of the top spots, you could essentially just try and swap, bring them down, push you up.
So looking like dealer here has a pretty messy Tanya type hand.
Yeah, I think you're just kinda gonna build towards that and accept that you're gonna have to
Yeah.
open up. Problem being though,
Ada.
Kevin, gas hand looking like a
Oh
Sanshoku.
yeah.
Mel to the north, you get one good off Tonki and you're there.
hmm
Yeah, could even just take
Would
an
have to
early Senpai too.
eventually drop Dora if he doesn't pair it up though.
I mean, could just Tonki on the, Dora.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Right now, your only other option is pretty much Tonki on like 5P, which is pretty unlikely. Ooh, Nobitan's gonna be a hard sell. Yeah, gives up on the
Yeah.
Sanshoku.
1
I kind of like just dropping 8-9 there, just because Sanshoku is so potent.
Yeah.
And you're one away from it, and then you get to call open.
I mean, now you can just like have a hedge towards Itsu.
No,
Just would have
E2's
to
still
drop
too
one of the
far
north.
away.
Yeah.
You have to drop the 8-9 and the north, which is why I still like just dropping the 8-9.
It would have to be like perfect draws.
Yeah, I don't like playing the pinch on there. You have so many
Yeah.
upgrades on everything. Just get it out of your hands, Try to greed a little bit for the max value. You can drop it later.
Across the way, we
Gee.
already have like a call for Tanya for Chinitsu. Sorry.
What you need to, or just E2.
Yeah.
You fill in 3 or 5, and then all of a sudden you're waiting on the 7P. Or just a measly little hand. Problem is, it does kind of look like Chinitsu to the rest of the board.
リーチ
Ada is going to be Ishan 10
Ishan. hmm
on that Chitoi Hanemon as
Each.
Riley finds Tenpai, and we got a counter reach. All of a sudden, Kevin finds that 7P. Now we're going to Dama on the Dora. Oh, what is Ada push here? Everything looks so bad. Probably one mod.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I think it's Ada's hand to deal in. 9P, if like a 6 comes out. Oh wait, no, 6 deals into. Wow, actually, Riley
Yeah.
found 369 Tenpai. Jeez. Although
Con.
not exactly looking the best.
Ooh, I'm not sure
We're
about
gonna
that con
con!
though. Oh wait, that was
You're in reach too. It's
you're in
close.
reach. Yeah, I didn't see that for
You're
some
close.
reason.
I mean, it's big risk, big reward because Riley gets another Ura too and is dealer, so it's much scarier if he benefits from it. But you get the extra chance out, especially with the Dora, gives you a much better chance to get a Mongon from this hand.
That being said, if Ada pairs up the 3, so that's another 2 Dora.
That's very true, but we'll need to push something scary on the board.
Yeah. 3 so might
Gormon's
just come out
sick.
here. It's just checked.
Oh,
Oh,
was
that
sick.
deals
I
in.
would have loved to see the form on, but yeah.
Menton
That 3
Kid
side
Dora
is
1.
so good. And then
Nora.
gives the but gives the Mongondora anyway in the
Yeah.
turn of that 3, so. See, like, when you con from that position when you're Kevin too, you get the extra draw, like, I think
Mhm.
you take it.
I just didn't realize he was in reach for some reason, so
Yeah. Like, it gives you better chances to
yeah.
upgrade too, and it's 1 for 1. The only reason that you might not wanna take it is your weight's kinda bad.
Mhm.
That might be the only reason, like, when you see the dealer reach, you're thinking, "I'm probably not gonna hit this." Especially because it's not like it's proved against dealer and it's Dora, on top of just being a donkey. And you know the North is safe 100% too, so maybe I opt towards, like, not taking that, but in the moment, I think I just smack it. If
Yeah.
you're already, in for a penny, in for a pound, if you're already in reach and you're fighting, you might as well try to add yourself the
Comp.
value.
Yeah, definitely. Quick Haku pawn there from the right. I mean, not that quick, but still.
Yeah, Kevin just opening up, taking the Yaku guarantee, helps
Mhm.
play 7-so in the hand, guarantee a Dora. Has okay shape around the rest of it, especially now that you
Yeah.
can open, you can get some help if Riley ever decides to drop you a useful tile.
Dealer here looks like he has seemingly good shapes, but they're all unfilled Rion mids and are bench cut. And no head, so it's like actually like 5 shot in 10 somehow.
We're working
Does
on it.
fill. Yeah.
Yeah, hits the pinch on,
It's the
but
pen
probably
shot.
one of the worst things. You probably definitely want to fill in around that 4 or 5, works towards Tanyao and
Another
Sanshoku
great
potential.
fill.
Chi.
Yeah. Hedging towards that
See,
Sanshoku, but
I think you
uh
drop 5-4 in that case. Although I guess you also do want to not give Kevin too many insides.
mhm.
Want to help try to slow Kevin's hand down. Still no pair too. It's actually a bit of an awkward draw.
Yeah.
I almost kind of want to see if like 7 Mon is drawn. Just taking the 3-sided Nobiton, dropping probably 4 or 5 Pinzu, because it looks a little bit better than 4 or 5 Sozu to Kevin.
This is Tenpai. Doesn't have to take it though. Could find an
I
upgrade.
think you take the Tenpai. I think you Dama though.
Actually, that would be Nakasuji
The
if
4?
you if you no if you pitch the Formon as your Ricci entry.
That's a good point actually. That's a bit of a dirty Nakasuji. It
Yeah,
is a 5, so it's asking a lot, but I don't hate that.
yeah. Like it seems like the player on your left is already pushing no matter what. So
I mean, Ada kind of is. She's still got a
like
dealership too, so she's got
yeah.
plenty of time.
Oh, what if
Oh!
it's Sumo?
Would have been sumo. I mean, it's not worth that much though. Just reach short
Yeah,
the sumo Dora one,
yeah.
and then the south is Fairy 10. So
hmm I mean, I you could still draw like an extended like Nobiton, so definitely don't
yeah,
hate this play.
you're running out of time though. I think now you're just playing for Yukioku.
Yeah.
Oh my
Another
god,
Sumo.
that's so brutal.
Yeah.
I might smack down that 3
You
in
you
rage
you
and hope I
do
catch
get
someone with the
Haitse.
4. I mean, yeah, but you're just gonna push 6. Hey, honestly,
Yeah.
works out either way.
Yeah.
You get +3. Don't even gotta pay a reach stick for it. Don't get any Ura. But we're just gonna assume
Comp.
there wasn't an Ura bomb below that. We're just
Yeah.
gonna assume, nothing going on.
Yeah, just whiff.
Just
I mean, hey,
business
if you
as
don't
usual.
flip it, it always whiffs. That's
That's
the mindset.
facts.
Yeah, you should always have that mindset.
Oh, we got a
Ooh,
decent high pie here. Has to work
yeah.
on the Sozu, but drawing very good in the Manzi now. Some good
Mhm.
Tanya routes. Or to go up, Ada does take the north call too, just to really quickly try to get this hand. Get dealership progressing closer to hers. Get some points in the meantime, make it a bit easier to catch up. Nothing too much going on for Kevin. Andre does have Sanshoku outs with the 1-2-3. Draws an 8, an interesting triplet of the 8. As a meld could also drop later.
Dealer looking at 2, 3, 4 Sanshoku here.
Yeah, a bit clunky. Requires a full pair drop as well, unless you draw like 6 mon.
펑!
Yeah.
And then, but you still then have to drop like 5-7, so it looks pretty bad. Ada is gonna find Tempai though on 2-5
2,
pin.
5 then.
Waiting on the Dora. I can imagine Riley's gonna drop it here. I was correct. Riley not
Each.
wanting it. Oh, we're gonna see the Ricci come out. Just take Reach Dora 1
Mhm.
as Andre. It's gonna scare the rest of the board out for sure.
Ooh, Hatsu oh, it was recently cut it.
Hatsu's cut. Yeah,
Yeah.
you gotta drop Hatsu
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Probably just didn't see it. Now he sees it.
Yeah, might have just missed it. I mean, might even just be scared to Ada. Might have not caught Ada sumo gearing.
Yeah.
Because that dealing into Ada does look pretty bad. Gonna check the CG8. It'll pass.
Ooh.
Oh,
Or
that
2.
Dora. Now we're getting a little clumsy. You're definitely not dropping the Dora, but from the risk, you gotta take that.
Chi that.
It's now or never.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, but now you drop the 2-mon, you check that. Sucks if it deals in, but it's completely Kabed off, so it would just be like a Shabo or a Tonki Wit.
You just cheat the 6, so that can just be pitched back.
Yeah, safe against the 2 players you're worried about. Problem is you're gonna need to check 4, 6P, and neither of them look great.
Yeah.
롱.
Oh, and
That,
Ada's just
however, feels
pushing,
like. Yeah.
trying to secure, ends up playing in. No though, so just a pretty cheap hand, not too bad.
So
Go
every
ahead
little
and
bit
flash your choice.
counts for Ada right now.
Yep.
Especially when she's so close out of demotion.
Yeah, game of inches is important. Just making sure that you stay like positive too. Just keeping it close and competitive. If you start dropping down to like the minus 100 range, then all of a sudden you give so much breathing room to the other players. Still not a lot, but every inch of breathing room counts. If you can keep the pressure on, keep it close, then people might think they have to play much more aggressively than they will end up needing to if you're like Matthias or John.
Dealer here looking at a Junshan type hand. Although I'm not really sure if I like that 6-mon. Because if you're locking in like the Junshan, right? You can just go for possible Itsu by pitching 7 pin back.
Yeah, but I don't think like 6-7
펑.
does a whole lot. Like it is a nicer
Oh, I was
floater.
talking about 6-mon for Itsu on the Monzu
Oh,
side.
yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think your only problem is that like if you draw 3-mon, you kind of want to pairs back up. But actually, no, you have too many pairs anyway now. I think
Yeah.
7's right,
Yeah.
and you're never playing more than one Dora here. And if you are, you're just playing it as a pair and probably like a Cheetoy or something.
Mhm.
강.
Andre is gonna take that con because they're going Toy.
Mhm.
Potentially Tanyao, but I doubt it.
Yeah, would have to drop one of the pairs.
Yeah, I would have to drop
Or
the
North
Norse,
pair,
and there's
yeah.
not really great shape around it. Importantly, Reds are going to find the new Dora, and 3 are dropped, so it is dead on the board.
Mhm.
Nobody even remotely thinking about playing Kokoshu with discards on the table. Ooh, Kevin, one step closer to Tempai, could potentially have a
Mhm.
sneaky Shabo,
펑.
looking at that 9 so 1-mon. Only singular 1-mon cut too. Riley really trying to move towards the Shinitsu too and looking great for it. One
Yeah.
so pawn is Tempai on a clumsy Intotu, but an
펑!
Intotu. 8 so is a great pawn on an Intotu wit. Taking this doesn't really do anything. I is it
7,
Tempai?
Uh,
Is Tempai
yes,
on
waiting on
just
seven.
the 7 so, but it's so bad.
Yeah.
I think I might actually just pass that up.
I mean,
Just
Tenpai's
patiently wait
Tenpai.
for one. Yeah, but okay, well, if you're gonna
Jabo.
just draw the 8 so afterwards, then
Yeah.
perfectly fine, I suppose. Just a quick and dirty manga on Shinitsu. Kevin's still not able to find Tempai as well.
Mhm. One mon is
No
dead
one
now.
for. Yeah, one mon
8,
is dead. So I mean, you still have 3 mon though to draw, which you can
Mhm.
wait on.
Tenpai across the way for Honitsu.
Tonitsu waiting on just the green could even upgrade to Chinitsu as well,
Yeah.
depending on the tile drawn.
But there's also like
Importantly,
no
no
Hatsu cut.
Hatsu. Yeah,
Yeah.
no Hatsu cut, which looks a little suspect, especially against the board, even though there is one in the
4,
wall.
Ooh, that deals into the
Oh, but
Chinitsu,
Andre,
unfortunately.
yeah, not sensing the danger on it and is going to have
Uh,
to pay the price of a Mongon. And Riley is just going up. Riley at plus 60 right now. If Riley can take like a big hit to Kevin, Riley's clinched a super good
yeah.
first. With sliding Uma, we'll be able to get plus, God, why can't I think of it? Plus 50 as well.
Yeah.
It'll be super nice.
Dealer here looking at a Tanya Taipan. Possible Pinfu if the hand remains closed, but I think I'd really want to just start calling if I was Andre.
Yeah, it's tough.
Like, especially with this 3-pin.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna move more towards Tanya with that
Yeah.
8 pin cut. Not even risk like Furry 10 on any nonsense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Seems like the best out for sure.
Does have a Dora in hand, so wouldn't hate it. On the left, Ada also has some sort of a Pinfu type hand.
I mean, Ada's just gonna like struggle. Probably the best out
Yeah.
still being like a Sanchoku on the 789.
Yeah.
With nothing to play around it in the Sozu except for 9 so.
I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, but I think if you find 4 so you'd rather just upgrade the 5-7 shape rather than shifting the 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Riley really trying to make an
Great
aggressive hip
fill.
hop line too. As Andre takes that great fill, able to play the Dora.
Hmm.
Still might have a little bit of a clumsy Shabo or Kanchan at the end of the hand, but to be seen. Can potentially just fill either one in and wait on 2-5, so should be a much better end weight. Tanya will be guaranteed with the 6-0 as well. That was drawn. Oh, not quite Tempai for Ada, still in Ishan 10. Again, not quite Tempai. Not
7
the
pins, the
villain we
normal.
need.
4,
Not gonna throw
Ooh.
7P, gonna try the 2. Is that even? I don't think it's wider. I think
This is
7P is
Senpai.
1,
wider.
Takes the Ricci.
Oh, does an Obs to take the Shabo. I like the Shabo a lot
Yeah.
better here. Just waiting on like 6 feels really bad with this. I like having the double option, trying to catch 2 stray Sujis. Ada does find the 7 pair. Oh, and immediately backfires and finds the 3. Does she sense the danger? And
Don't.
she
Doesn't.
doesn't. Oh, and just checks it raw. Is the Ura and gets
Or
eaten with the
ooh.
Ura. So Andre gets a huge Mongon, and now Ada is just dropping lower and lower. Oh no. Ada trying to play very aggressive there.
Yeah,
Stop
I think
Andre
if
on
I
a
was
random
Ada at
error,
this,
but I think you
I think if
gotta
I
just
was
push double 7P there.
actually,
Take the Genbutsu pair, right?
I think I like 1-2 so there for Tanya upgrades. If you're going to be that aggressive and take the possible for a 10,
I mean, I think you just throw double 7 and hope you can work around it. To be honest, I
yeah,
think like dealing into dealer there, even if it's like 3 Han, is massive. And if it's any more, then like your game is just over.
Home.
You have to have such a demanding dealer run now.
yeah,
We're gonna see Andre open up for the quick Yaku high.
yep,
No one on the board really in good standing to challenge. Riley's gonna try to fight back with a Tanyao. But that's gonna be about it. Ada has some very specific villains to hit in order to really present a threat. Try to
yeah,
outrace, but it's gonna be tough. And Kevin, not really too much either. 6P Anko gonna help a little bit, as well as that 6 wand, but Andre still with a very clear speed difference
Home.
over everybody else's hand, and
and
is
that's
gonna get
already
tempo
10
with that
high,
9P.
356.
Home.
Yeah, looking at
Yishan 10 across the
360.
way for Tanya.
Great. Yeah, Riley's looking to stop.
リーチ
That's
Oh, and Ada
10
hits
high.
the villains. Ada just
Ooh,
with perfect draws. Not gonna be
this
Sanchoku, but is able to just
it's
take
like
a quick Tenpai.
yeah.
Don't.
Ooh,
Oh,
that
and
immediately
immediately
gives
goes
them.
into Andre. I mean, it's not worth that much, but
I mean, your hand wasn't
anything is
worth
just
that much
punishing.
either, so
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how I feel about that Ricci when you're so far below.
I mean, I think like the Ura bomb there is really, really nice from the looks of it.
Yeah.
I think the Ura bomb just looks super
Home.
good.
Yeah,
Kevin
I guess you
also
kind of
gonna open up
have to
right
go for it.
away. I mean, yeah, what else do you do too? Like, if you just play passive, you're so far below anybody. At least if you get like an Ura bomb manga on there, you can start the fight with your dealership. Ada, though, is going to get a shot at redemption, looking like a very good, quick Pinfu type hand, as Andre stalls out with draws. Riley, though, close on the heels. Awkward Dora left hanging in the hands, but already a completed meld with some good round mends to play around with. One Kanchan to fill in will slow the hand down just a little bit, especially with 2 out of 4 in terms of the 3P already dropped on the table. Kevin trying to upgrade the Ishan 10, incorporate a little bit more Ukeide. And I will imagine this is going to be a take. Nope. Or actually,
I
yeah,
mean, it
that would
doesn't
have been
really.
my
Yeah,
bad.
it wouldn't have helped.
I missed. I was thinking it was 98776
Yeah.
instead of 66789. Ooh, Andre actually getting closer and closer to Tenpai. Can call the last white if it comes out. And I'd imagine if we're Kevin here, we're going to see a 1 Mon cut. Gonna opt for the 6 Mon. Not a huge fan of that, just because I think leaving the 6 Mon as a pair at the end is one of your safer options. Just because it's unlikely to get cut by anybody else, and both twos
Yeah.
feel pretty good. And like the 6 Mon has nothing to play off of at the moment, whereas the 2 Mons and the 2 Sos do. See, and then
Yeah.
you're still keeping that 6 or that 9. I think you just get rid of one or the other there. Because, like, just being able to open for the 3 and drop the 2 Mon 2 as well, so you don't have to, like, go back a Shanten. I can just immediately get in the Tempai. Having that extra tile is such a big deal. And Andre, E Shanten, could potentially Dama with an E Peiko too on 5 so draw.
1
Going to be 2 left on the wall, but Friction Mets going to be looking at Dora Tonki for Riley.
Wow.
Very bold.
We do
One
see two
3
of them
so
in
left
Ada's
on the
hand.
wall. Oh yeah, Ada's not playing those.
Yeah. It looks like
And,
it's gonna be her pair anyways, so
oh, and that's devastating. Andre
ポン
draws the last one.
mhm.
And Tempai is going to get found for Kevin waiting on 3-6 so. And it's
リー
hanging in
チ
That's
Andre's
also
hand.
Tenpai for Ada.
Ada winning on 2-5 peen.
No.
Oh, it immediately gets
Oh,
dumped up to
immediately
Riley. That's
epots.
big. Depot's not going to get Tanyao, but already at Mongan. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Hanemon is such a difference there. That extra 4K goes so
Yeah.
long with how many dealer hands you have to win. Just not able to find it, though.
Immediate pawn on the left. Trying to speed up this hand as quickly as possible, just to guarantee 2 people over 30k. Uh, Ada's hand looking like some sort of Tanyao type. Callable, but no value.
Yeah, but I mean, you're already pretty quick, though. You're
Yeah,
approaching each on 10. I think you just drop like
yeah,
2. Yeah, you're probably
yeah.
looking just to pawn one thing and then take a Shabo at the end of it.
I think you could get away with. Actually, not. I guess. Yeah, that's more efficient.
Yeah, I definitely like cutting the 6p here,
Yeah,
especially because just you get a stray pawn from anybody in your tempai.
I didn't see how like the 5-7 connected to each other. Unfortunately, I can't reach
Yeah,
shapes.
it's a little clumsy. Oh, you get
Now,
that
リー
though.
speaking of
I think
which,
you slam the reach on the Shabo. Yeah,
yeah.
looks like Andre doesn't care about playing it.
リーチ
Oh my god, and Riley hits
Oh,
the nastiest villain. And is gonna Shabo on north 5 pin, and
2
the
and
north was just cut. Oh
yeah,
my
2 and
goodness.
all.
That's gonna be nasty if somebody draws that. No.
No,
Dora's dropped. Dora's safe for the table.
3
It's 3
versus 2.
versus 2 right now. Single 5, single north for
Mhm.
Riley. And there's double 8 and a single 2 left. Oh, but we found Tempai on the Honitsu. What are we waiting on? 7-4, so.
スモ
Oh, and Andre gets
Oh,
it!
it's Timo!
Oh my god, that's
Ooh,
so big.
that's so
Not enough
big.
not enough to overtake first, but still every point is good.
Yeah, shuts
Especially
down
when
the
you
2
send Ada
Rishis.
down and get yourself up,
Yeah.
get the sticks on the board, and Ada all of a sudden is in such a tougher spot
Uh-huh.
in order to finish out. Yeah, Ada now hanging at -100. Andre is able to be just in the running for getting out of demotion with session 6 there. And Riley with a great showing today. Riley from the pits of demotion is all of a sudden positive and looking at a very good chance to stay in A2. And even with a monstrous session 6, possibly promote. Yeah, and I think that is the last game for the day, unfortunately, too.
Ooh.
There is, yeah, we are in South 4 in the B3 game at the moment. So that game is right about to end. No, actually just ended with the update being Wenchen falling at a -27, Damien at a -9.8. So them slipping a bit. I think this actually puts Wenchen down a spot and now may have to fight in the playoff. And
Mm.
Steven getting +11.9 and Scott with the very big +25.5 for the B3B update. Are those accurately reflected here? Yeah, Wenchen now playing in the playoff game. Unless Irie has a very bad session and gets minus 40 in 2 games, Wenchen gonna have to play off to promote into B3. And Scott still in the playoffs for staying in B3. So both those players, decent chance we'll see them next week at some point, whenever those get scheduled. But I think that is going to do it tonight. How are we looking in A2? Just because we got the stats really quick up. It's gonna get crazy in A2. It's gonna get so crazy. Right now we're looking, we got the B3 pulled up to show those stats as well. Again, as you can see there, Wenchen, remember that the playoff spots are going to end up moving down just 1 spot. So Scott is actually in the playoffs right now, but Zach and Elwin, or no, I think Elwin finished their games. No, Elwin has 2 games to go. So Elwin has 2 games for promotion. Zach also with 2 games. So be looking out for those playoffs. I'm sure. I think those games happen like Friday, I want to say.
Let's see.
It sounds, yeah. So Alwyn at
Yeah.
least is playing Friday at the 10th. And here's A2. It's going to be crazy. I mean, we're looking at the promotion line being around 100 potentially at the moment, which is pretty high. We're also looking at the demotion line, which I think is going to slightly change because I know we're expanding A2 to be 24 next season, so we might see like 1 or 2 spots flip. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work with demotions and promotions, but either way, I mean, plus 80 or minus 80 looks like it's a very confident demotion line. Could even potentially move up towards like the 60s or 50s if the players in demotion right now, if like Andre and Huang have good session 6s.
Mhm.
But I think that is going to do it for tonight. Got no more games. Everyone's all settled out. Luckily for everybody watching, we got at least two more fun days of Reach coming up. We got tomorrow, where we will have a couple more games to boot, as well as Friday. Get to see a little bit more of that B3 playoff session games. And then, of course, once this week is over, next week's the big one, session 6. We got B3 playoff games happening. Everybody is going to be scrambling, trying to promote, trying to not demote, trying to knock people up, down. It is going to be the craziest 2
Yeah.
weeks of the season, as it always goes. But before that, if you're looking to get updates, make sure to follow us. We got a Twitter. It's at American Reachy. We got a website, AmericanReachy.org. You there, you watching. Most of you are probably in Armel. If you're not, sign up. Completely free. All you got to do is get in, go to AmericanReachy.org, fill out the form, and then you can get approved. You can still apply for next season. It's not up yet. You have 12 days, March 20th. Mark your calendars. Get in before then. You get it on March 20th. I believe next season will start either first or second week of April. You'll start out in the new C1 league, and it's never too late. Might as well start now instead of later, because let me tell you, it is getting harder and harder by the season. Every season we look at the standings and we say, oh, this next tier down is all of a sudden just filled with crazy people. It used to be, oh, A1's filled with crazy people. Now you look at A2 and you go, wow, everybody here is insane. And now we're looking at B1 and we go, wow, look at all these strong players in B1. And it just gets harder and harder. Might as well get in now, get in on the fun. Super good time. And then, of course, you like the stream today. Maybe you want to see other VODs. You want to see our championship games. Had the first ever one No, I've been sounding like a broken record with this, but it was a very fun series. We crowned the first Armel champion, not going to spoil who it was, on our YouTube page. You can go to tinyurl.com/ARMLYT. See VODs just like tonight's, as well as the championship. It is super fun. Can also see some log reviews, or we have some other fun shenanigans that get uploaded here and there. Everboard, always a good place to check out. Other than that, any parting words, Blake?
Uh,
Anything to tell the viewers before they go?
yeah, first time commentating on this channel. Pretty fun, pretty fun. Got to see some wild games tonight, so
Always a great time.
yeah,
It's never a dull night on Armel.
yeah.
Something nasty or crazy always happens. Even at the start of the season, there's always some nonsense happening, especially when you stream the game. But I want to thank you, Blake. I also want to thank
Mhm.
Nathaniel from the cupboard running tonight from the back end. Gonna definitely leave a couple extra sleeves of crackers in there for him. Make sure it's snacked up. But this has been Harrison Blake Nathaniel wishing you a good night and some good games. Make sure to tune in for the rest of the week too. See y'all.
See you guys.